that's between Aiken and Centennial, who's currently in third, but they don't have any finalists tonight. But if Fort Dodge, who has 3 finalists, or Waukee Northwest has 2 finalists, if they do well tonight, they could springboard in front of Ankeny Centennial and take that 3rd place trophy away from them. So we're going to keep an eye on those team races tonight.
And we are getting set. The team races will heat up for the 3rd and 4th place. 3rd place on the line in 3A, like Mark mentioned. Keep an eye on all of that. Give you updates on the team races throughout the night. Of course, Southeast Polk, your 3A champion. Don Bosco in 1A. Osage in 2A.
All right, here we go. Underway. Class 1A, top left-hand corner. Singlets actually look very similar. You don't see Don Bosco wearing black very often, but Hayden Schwab is wearing the black with white tonight, as well as Liam Aldefinger from Wilton. Both these guys, both these schools are blue and white, or blue and gold, and neither one of them have blue on their singlets. It makes it kind of tough. I wish that they would have kind of prepped ahead of time.
They should have worked this one out. Now, Schwab pinned Adelfinger at the state duels. That is one recent matchup these guys have had.
Well, if you're looking at that, following that top left corner screen in the Class 1A, Hayden Schwab, he's the one wearing the light blue headgear. So that's probably the easiest way to differentiate him and Aldefinger of Wilton.
37-0 on the season for Schwab. Adelfinger, the 10th seed from Wilton, fought his way to the finals.
Class 3A over there. That's your bottom left corner. That's Nico DeSalvo of Southeast Polk. Southeast Polk already has the team race wrapped up, and there's DeSalvo with a 2-point takedown right there over Weston Porter of Lewis Central.
Yeah, your 3rd seed, Mark Porter, is 35-0 on the season, the freshman from Lewis Central.
Southeast Polk has had a phenomenal tournament, absolutely amazing tournament. 208 points. They're over 200 points. It's not easy to get to 200 points in the state high school.
That is amazing.
Oh, look at
rare air.
Schwab right down there in Class 1A with a 2-point takedown. And then in Class 2A over here on the right-hand side, Mount Vernon's Clayton Perot. He just got a takedown there, take a 2-0 lead. He's wrestling Cale McCabe of Fairfield.
That's the 1 versus the 2 mark. Perot on the season, 45-0. And as we mentioned earlier in the semifinals last night, this is a senior for Mount Vernon at 106 pounds, Perot.
Yeah, you don't see that very often, a senior at 106 pounds. There's Hayden Schwab gets some near fall points there with a little tilt action. Looks like he's trying to go to it again with very little time left here in the first period. The clock ticks down. He got a 2-point near fall, so that gives him a 4-0 lead going into the second period over Liam Aldefinger of Wilton. As you mentioned, these two wrestled earlier in the state dual team tournament with Hayden Schwab pinning Aldefinger.
And the only loss on that 3A mat was earlier in the season. DeSalvo lost to an out-of-state wrestler, so clean slate for Iowa.
Oh, look at this, though. Look at this. Aldefinger puts Hayden Schwab to his back right there. Schwab having to fight off. That was big for Liam Aldefinger. Gets himself back into this match here.
Meanwhile, 2 more for DeSalvo on the 3A mat. 5-0 lead over Porter.
All tied up here on mat. The 1A mat, 4-4. DeSalvo out to a pretty commanding lead, 5-0 the second period of his match. Southeast Polk doing what they do with 5 finalists tonight. If all 5 finalists would win, or they would even lose 1 or 2 but score some bonus points, they would have a chance at setting the all-time record for the most points scored by any team in any class here tonight in this tournament. But they have some really, really tough head-to-head matches here in the finals tonight.
DeSalvo out to a great start for that cause. But yeah, you're talking about rare air, and 225 points by Waverly Shellrock is the record in 3A and all classes. Southeast Polk closing in. They do have a shot. Things would really have to go their way tonight. In the 2A match over there, Perot 3-0 lead. Perot was 4th last year at 106.
Schwab right there with a 2-point reversal. gives him a 6-4 lead with 20 seconds to go. You can see a replay of
Get a look at
how
that
Alderfinger put Alderfinger so with a little slide-by action, and then is able to just kind of catch Schwab in a scramble situation. Good mat awareness by Liam Alderfinger there, catching Hayden, but Hayden was able to fight off, gets the reversal towards the end of the second period here, going to be able to ride Alderfinger out. Very fun, entertaining match down there, Class 1A. That period comes to an end. DeSalvo up to a 7-0 lead right now. And look at the thing is about Southeast Polk, and that's why they have 208.5 points coming in this tournament, is the amount of bonus points that they've scored throughout this tournament.
Every round. They have had so many wrestlers. They brought 13 wrestlers, and a lot of them stayed alive deep into this tournament, scoring bonus points.
Starting the neutral position here in the third period. Schwab and Alderfinger. Schwab in on a shot, head of the outside right now, trying to finish this shot. Over there in the Class 2A mat, that's Perot of Mount Vernon, leading 5-0 over Cale McCabe of Fairfield. Just starting the third period. They also chose neutral. No finish there for Schwab, so they stalemate and go back to their feet. All three of these matches really entertaining right now. The closest one right now, obviously right in the center in Class 3A. In Class 1A, I'm sorry. Now Schwab looking for some extras there. Underhook. There's another takedown right there for DeSalvo of Southeast Polk in the Class 3A. He's got his major decision wrapped up now. Now he's got the cradle locked up right here.
There's trouble again for Schwab.
Alderfinger runs Schwab over, just kind of runs him over.
This Don Bosco crowd getting a little antsy.
Now Alderfinger locking up a cradle on Schwab. And that's usually what Don Bosco does to their opponents, but Alderfinger locks the cradle up, takes him over, but Schwab's trying to scramble out of it here, and he can't do it, and Alderfinger coming close to getting the fall here. Wilton fans going crazy right now.
Schwab trying to find any way possible, and he does with the legs.
Well, he gets off, but that's not going to be enough. He desperately knows he needs to score some near fall points. He's trying to take Alderfinger over, and he just cannot do it as that's going to time expire. Alderfinger's going to win this one, 9-8.
Wow.
What a match between those two.
The 10th seed from Wilton, pinned by Schwab in the state duels.
Liam Alderfinger showing some great sportsmanship there.
Wow. That was hard work by him.
That really was. We're going to see how that happened right there. Cradle. Schwab fought that off the best he could, but Alderfinger just stayed patient, stayed where he was good. Over there in the Class 2A, Perot with the 7-1 victory over Cale McCabe of Fairfield. And then in the Class 3A, it's Nico DeSalvo of Southeast Polk with the win, 13-0. Wow.
13-0.
What an exciting start. It always is with these little 106-pounders, Bob. They come out hungry. And that's the thing, too. It doesn't matter what your ranking is coming into this tournament, as we just seen out of Liam Alderfinger, the 10 seed coming out of this tournament on the top block.
What a great way to get started. The lid lifter at 106 has got us right into the action. We will get to the break. Well, we are staying here. Well, after all, we better get a break before the 13 on the Hy-Vee Championship Network.
Across Iowa, you don't have to look far to find a bank that's got your back. From just around the corner to the next town over, hundreds of neighborhood banks are going the distance to ensure your future looks brighter than ever. By providing jobs, supporting local businesses, strengthening communities, and helping your dreams become reality. Here, the life you build is backed by Iowa banks. See how banks are making a difference near you at iowabankers.com.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
This broadcast of the Iowa High School Athletic Association State Championships is presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud to champion Iowa's youth.
We're back at Wells Fargo Arena. We're getting set now for the 113-pound matches after a very entertaining 106 to get us started here. Boy, that was just bang, bang, bang.
It sure was. All three matches. No blood times in those matches. We don't think we went through a single weight class last night in the semifinals without a single blood time. Here we go. Class 1A at 113 pounds. It's Mason Shirk out of Wilton. He's going to be taking on Gavin Landers of Denver. And in a Class 2A, it's Braden Bonesack of Union, LaPorte City. He's taking on Lyndon Petzenpalm of Webster City. And in Class 3A, it's Alexander Pierce of Iowa City West taking on Tyler Harper of Norwalk.
Mark, this is a great one here at 13. Pierce beat Harger last year for the 106-pound championship, so a rematch in the finals this year at 113.
Wow. Rematch already. Was that, what did you say? It was 106 last year.
Last year, the 106 championship. Pierce over Harger.
They both moved up to 113, so you're going to see that same rematch again this year.
Another shot for Harper. Petzenpalm in 2A, his only loss on the season was to Cale Vandermark of Ankeny. That was at Fort Dodge, 6-4. Mason Shirk for Wilton, his only loss was out of state. Mason Shirk placed second at 106 last year for Wilton. Braden Bonesack, last year's champion at 106, and he was 8th at 113 and 22. Petzenpalm of Webster City, 3rd at 106 last year. As we mentioned, Pierce, your champion at 106. Harper, your runner-up.
Alexander Pierce wastes no time here in the first period for Iowa City West on the Class 3A. Matt coming out and getting a takedown right away. He won this title match last year between him and Harper.
The sophomore Pierce looking to keep that string alive. Harper this year has been fantastic. He's 39-0 on the season.
Harper a senior. Pierce only a freshman. Pierce won it last year as a freshman.
So a 1 versus 2 in 3A. When we go to 1A in the center mat, Mason Shirk's the #1 seed for Wilton. But he's taking on a 45-0 Landers of Denver, who's the 11th seed.
Wow, we had a 10 and 11 make it to the finals. And that's why you wrestle them over the next 3 days. You don't just go off seeds.
There's Landers.
Look at Landers putting Shirk to his back here. Little pancake whip over action. Shirk trying to fight off, and he does. They stopped the action there. I'm not really sure what's going on. If there's some blood, I think it looks like there's some blood.
Yeah, 2 stoppages.
Mason Shirk's dad, Ben Shirk there. 2 stoppages for blood. We got lucky that first 106-pound match.
Made it all the way through.
We spoke too soon.
Now we've got 2 of them simultaneously.
Over here in the Class 3A bout. 2-1 lead right now of Pierce over Harper. Again, this is a rematch from last year's state finals at 106 pounds.
No score in 2A. And it should be a very entertaining matchup between Petzenpalm and Bonesack.
Yeah, both these wrestlers are a lot of fun. Very exciting wrestlers as we've seen throughout the tournament here. You're going to see a lot of those matches tonight. Hard part is trying to watch 3 of them all at the same time with so much action going on. Wilton's Mason Shirk trying to desperately escape the grip.
This Landers kid is strong.
Yeah. He's hanging on to Shirk. Shirk trying to get out of there. Get himself on the board. Finds himself down 5-0 early. It's the Class 1A bout. Pierce starts in the bottom position to start the second period. He's out for a 1-point escape on the 3A mat.
So 3-1 your score there in 3A. Second period now. Harper hanging onto that leg. Pierce, though, nothing yet. Pop that head. Now Harper trying to lock up a cradle on Pierce.
He's got it locked up, and that's tight, too. That's really tight. Pierce trying to fight that off, but that is super tight right there. That's really, really.
He's got a minute and 12 to work with, too.
Just looking at, there's all kinds of time left. Pierce
Every move dangerous for Pierce now.
He's got his left shoulder up, though. He's got that left shoulder up now.
So he's found that left shoulder up. A way to get that up, so he's safe for now. But
well, if he fights this off this entire second period, that's going to be pretty impressive by Pierce. And he does, off his back. He dodged a big bullet there.
3 near fall.
Look at Walker or Harper. Noah going to work right away again on top position, putting that arm bar on the back. He's turning him again. He's trying to turn him in again, running that half hard. Landers up 8-0 now over Shirk of Wilton. That's the 1A bout.
That's the undefeated 11th seed. Landers from Denver. Freshman. Battling the sophomore.
Which, you know, I don't understand that. I don't know what all the criteria is, but if you look back, Gavin Landers, the number 11 seed freshman from Denver, was 45-0 coming into the tournament, and he's the 11th seed.
Unbelievable.
I'm not sure who's doing the ranking system or the seeding system, but for someone that's 45-0, and I mean, I know you're only a freshman, so you don't have that criteria to go off of how you did last year or whatnot, but the 11th?
Yeah, that's a tough one. That was a head scratcher.
That's definitely a head scratcher.
He has not let it bother him. He has got here. He has stormed his way through this tournament, and he is 8 up right now on a very talented Mason Shirk of Wilton.
Over in the Class 2A bout. Pretty low-scoring match here, which really surprises me, between Petsapom and Bonesack.
Boy, things have been stingy on the 2A mat. Now we've got Harper going at it again.
Another takedown over Pierce, trying to turn the tide. From last year's outcome, Tyler Harper, who's a senior this year, was upset by the freshman last year, and Pierce, sophomore now this year. He's trying to get some redemption, some payback, and go out on top his senior year here.
Well, he has definitely wrestled his match. This has been impressive so far, this 9-3 lead on Pierce. He has wrestled hard.
I like this Tyler Harper. He's going to continue to wrestle next year in college at Arkansas Little Rock.
Wow.
That's a newer program, too.
All right.
It's good to see them up here recruiting out of the state of Iowa.
Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. Good job.
Bonesack up by a score of 2-1 down there over Petsapom now, Webster City. Bonesack in on another shot right now.
Bonesack, the junior.
Look at Harper. I've been very impressed with Harper's top position.
Yeah. He's been fantastic on top.
3A, as well as Landers is too. He's out to an 8-0 lead.
Bonesack with 2. 4-1 now.
Well, we got 20 seconds to go in this Class 3A bout. And Harper's up 10-3 with only 15 seconds. And it looks like Harper has gotten his redemption on Iowa City West's Alexander Pierce. And he's going to go out his senior year on that top step. Step up from last year, and Pierce goes down a step. What a great match.
Yeah.
And they come from behind from the very beginning, too. He got taken down first, remember that.
Absolutely. Super effort by Harper all the way. 10-4 win. Your champion at 113 pounds in 3A. Wow. Nicely done. Outstanding effort by Harper. Norwalk has a champion at 113 pounds. We are 30 seconds away in 2A. Bonesack leads that one. This could be back-to-back championships and team race points for Union. Landers just working Shirk here. 10-0 now in the 1A match.
Braden Bonesack of Union LaPorte City is going to win this one. Only 12 seconds left here.
Tight.
In on a shot. He's in on a shot. It doesn't look like Petzenpom's going to be able to do anything with this. So Braden Bonesack of Union LaPorte City wins the 113-pound weight class in Class 2A.
Yeah, that's back-to-back titles and 4 team points for Union, keeping them solidifying their third-place spot. That'll wrap, and they already had that wrapped up, of course, but if there are 3 wrestlers, they're just looking to pile on some points here. That'll look great in that third spot. It's all over on the 1A mat now, Mark.
Gavin Landers.
Wow.
Wow, 11 seed. I don't know how, 45-0 near the 11 seed, but what a great tournament for him, taking a state title home to the small town of Denver.
Well, you know how good Mason Shirk is. That's impressive. We will get to the break when we come back. Awards at 106 pounds on the Hy-Vee Championship Network.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
You are watching the Iowa High School Athletic Association State Championships, exclusively on the Hy-Vee Championship Network.
Please direct your attention to the award stand area at the north end of the arena. Presenting the Class A 1A awards, Coach Gabe
Look
Moore.
at that writing on the podium.
In 8th place, Ethan Humphrey of West Branch. 7th place, Lucas Oldenkamp, Lake Mills. 6th place, Crosby Yoder, Logan Magnolia. 5th place, Wesley Sadler, Lisbon. 4th place, Athlete DeWitt of Albernet. 3rd place, Aiden Bergman, Jessup. Runner-up, Hayden Schwab, Don Bosco. In your Class 1A, 106-pound champion from Wilton, Liam Adelfinger.
Everybody look right here. Ready, look at me. 1, 2, 3.
Presenting the Class 2A awards at 106, Coach Vance Light. In 8th place, Quinn Ariano of Van Meter. 7th place, Charlie Bullman, North Polk. 6th place, Gavin Knudsen, Decorah. 5th place, Coy Maylert, Union, LaPorte City. 4th place, Easton Enyart, Ballard. 3rd place, Uriah Porter, Nevada. Runner-up, Cale McCabe, Fairfield. And your Class 2A 106-pound champion from Mount Vernon, Clayton Perot.
Cale Morrow.
Presenting the Class 3A 106-pound awards, Coach Jake Agnich. In 8th place, Elijah Hyatt, Dubuque Hempstead. 7th place, Avery Van Zelderen, Dallas Center Grimes. 6th place, Dylan Munson, Prairie, Cedar Rapids. 5th place, Carew Christensen, Waukee Northwest. 4th place, Braxton Hutchinson, Burlington. 3rd place, Jack Wolokite, Dowling Catholic. Runner-up, Weston Porter, Lewis Central. And your Class 3A 106-pound champion from Southeast Polk, Nico DeSalvo.
I was picking the boys up after practice when they're like, can we get Quick Star? Actually, that was my plan. What with Quick Star's take-home meals being, as the Quick Star lady says, freshly made and absolutely delicious. But opportunity knocked. I go, if you let Dad give you haircuts, and they say, deal. At Quick Star, the boys are like spaghetti, chicken tenders, mac and cheese. After an easy dinner, it was time to pay the piper. Dad's like, who's next? A deal's a deal.
Quick Star, we got you covered.
We are back at Wells Fargo Arena. We are getting set for the 120-pound matches.
Well, in Class 1A, it's Rowdy Neighbor of Alburnett. He's going to be taking on Cale Morrow of Akron Westfield. And then in Class 2A, from Eddyville, Blacksburg, Fremont, Gage Spurgeon, he's going to be taking on West Lyons' Ryan Bonson. And then in Class 3A, it's Southeast Polk's Carter Pearson taking on Bettendorf's Jake Knight. And I tell you what, that match in Class 3A, that's probably one of the most exciting matches that I've been looking forward to coming in here to tonight's finals to watch this match and this battle between these two guys.
Well, we saw what makes it even more exciting in the state duels when Carter Pearson was able to pin Jake Knight, his only loss, the defending state champion, Knight. Pearson pinned him.
And that, you know, you can't really go off that pin.
Wild.
Because it was a really wild match. Back and forth. It was a crazy good match.
Yeah.
And Knight was going for something big at the end because he kind of had to, and he put himself in a dangerous situation. So you can't really take the pin like he was that dominant overnight, because he wasn't. And it was a fantastic match. And that's why I know that this match tonight, I'm looking forward to it so much, because I saw it happen a couple weeks ago in the state dual team championships.
The other great storyline, Mark, obviously, is Rowdy Neighbor and Cale Morrow. That was last year's championship at 113 pounds. Morrow was able to defeat Neighbor in the final last year. So Morrow, your state champ at 113, and he was also a runner-up at 106 and 22, where Neighbor was 8th at 106 and 22. So another rematch of a final from last year.
Well, Alburnett was second coming in here tonight, with Wilton in third right behind him. But Wilton would have had to have won both their finals matches, and they only won one. They won Aldefinger, beat Schwab at 106. We just seen Shirt got beat at 113. So that means that Wilton cannot catch Alburnett for second place, whether Neighbor wins this match or not. So Don Bosco is going to be your team champion in Class 1A, followed by Alburnett, and then Wilton will get that third place trophy.
Well, there's your top three in 1A.
You see Southeast Polk down there.
They broke out the
Pearson
plaid.
breaking out the plaid singlet. That makes it easy to see.
Especially against Bettendorf.
Gage Spurgeon down there from Eddyville, Blacksburg, Fremont, out to a 2-0 lead right away. Again, he's wrestling Ryan Bonson of West Lyon.
Bonson, the 7th seed, and Spurgeon, the 8th.
Yeah, Spurgeon only a freshman. Spurgeon in that top position. Bringing out the white singlet for Eddyville, Blacksburg, working that top position hard.
See Lanny Brand there on the call on that mat.
This Class 3A 120-pound class is a tough weight. One of the toughest brackets in the state in any weight class, in any class at all, 1, 2, or 3A.
Well, that's a very good point, because not only are we excited to see this Knight-Pearson matchup, but the way they got here, both of them had to go through some seriously tough wrestlers to get here.
Pearson beat Cody Vandermark of Ankeny Centennial by a score of 9-1 in the semifinals yesterday afternoon. And then Jake Knight beat Drew Ayala of Fort Dodge by a score of 12-6. Those are some really good wrestlers.
Knight has been piling on the points in this tournament. 24 in the first round. Ted Fall 23 in the second round, and those 12 points against Ayala. And the best thing you brought up about that first matchup of these guys in the state duels, yeah, the pin, but it was at the end of a crazy classic back and forth tough match.
Which that match right now, the match right now here tonight is not shaping out to be the same match we've seen a couple weeks ago in state duels. Both guys very hesitant in that first period, not really firing off a whole lot of shots and getting to their offense. I think they showing each other an awful lot of respect after that state duels matchup. A lot more on the line here tonight for a state championship than in that state duels.
Changes their approach just a little. Knight, of course, your champion last year at 113. He was 46-1. Carter Pearson, third at 106 last year and third at 106 in 22. So
Morrow and Neighbor scoreless at the end of the first period in the Class 1A bout.
That's a 1 versus 3 there. Neighbor, the 1 seed. Morrow, last year's champion, the 3 seed.
Comes off the bottom, finally gets an escape there to give himself a 1-0 lead. All these matches within literally 2 seconds of each other across the board. Then we got injury time down here. It looks like blood time on the Class 2A mat, where Gage Spurgeon, Bentonville Blakesburg Fremont leads that one 4-0. Stall warning from the top position on Pearson, Southeast Polk. You don't see that very often, riding that ankle right now. So Carter Pearson called for stalling in the top position down there.
10 to Bonson of West Lyon. He finished 7th at 113 last year, got all the way to the finals this year, so a big improvement for him. As you mentioned, Spurgeon, a freshman from Eddyville, Blakesburg, Fremont.
Eric Eckerman of Waverly, the head official down there in that Class 3A bout, calling the action in this big match between Knight and Pearson.
So in 3A, mentioned all those points by Knight, a couple falls by Pearson, and then that major decision 9-1 in the semi. So he's been scoring too. He's looked great this season, 38-0 on the season, the only undefeated wrestler left here in the class. They have 2 in 1A.
And
at the end of the period, too, Neighbor.
Rowdy Neighbor, it's a big takedown at the end of a period. You see Brett Shalista and Clayton Rush down there in the corner for Rowdy Neighbor. And Clayton Rush, congratulations to him and his staff as coaches of the year. Named coaches of the year tonight. They all had a lot of times that happens. They're voted upon at the tournament, and people have to go out and buy new suits all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So Alburnette's had a fantastic tournament, finishing second behind Don Bosco.
And this Don Bosco Wilt Alburnette thing could go on like this for a couple more years. Obviously, a lot of young wrestlers for these programs, and they're all up here.
Clayton Rush he does a great job over there at Alburnette. He's got a great support system with Brett Shalista and the kids club that has been for years. Another takedown there for Rowdy Neighbor. Gives him a 5-1 lead now. Third period with 1:10 to go.
The 3A match is into the third period now. Escape by Knight makes it 1-0.
Pearson must have chose neutral, huh? In the second period?
Yeah, that second period, nothing happened. From the feet.
Pearson's going to have to go. There's a shot by Pearson right there. Oh, Pearson's up 1-0. Knight's down. Pearson is up 1-0.
Pearson's the green.
Yeah.
Pearson's sorry, folks. The other way around.
Yeah.
I knew it wouldn't take long for me to get caught.
So Pearson rolled out Knight that entire second period.
Yeah. trying to figure that one out. My brain told me, no, that's not how that worked, but you got to trust yourself.
Well, Pearson's up 1-0. He was in on the shot on night. Rowdy Neighbor still up 5-1. Gage Spurgeon still up 4-0 on the 2A mat.
Neighbor doing a good job riding hard on Morrow.
I can tell you right now, the last 50 seconds of this 3A bout, Jake Knight is not going down without a fight. He's going to come at Pearson with something for sure here in the last little bit of this match. Another shot by Pearson. Pearson doing a good job. Remember, he's been called for stalling, been warned for stalling from that top position, so he has to be on the attack. And he's taking a couple of shots.
One thing we have seen is when Knight gets into a flurry, he can really do a lot of things in short time. So you know he's worked on this. Neighbor
jumping in the arms of head coach Clayton Rush over there. Congratulations again to Clayton Rush, Coaches of the Year. There's Brett Shalista as well. Great people, great program, good community. There's Pearson in on a shot on Knight. Look at Knight trying to turn this into some offense here. Not a whole lot of time left. That's it.
Wow. 1-0.
Carter
Razor
Pearson
thin
with the takedown over Jake Knight. I would not expected that match to only be 1-0. I was really surprised at the end of that first period it was even still 0.
Boy, you were right, though, about the change of strategy compared to the duels, the way it worked out. There's a winner on the 2A mat. Gage Spurgeon of Eddyville, the freshman, is a champion. 6-0. So we have Neighbor in 2A, Spurgeon with the 6-0 win in 1A, and Pearson in 3A. When we come back, awards at 113 pounds on the Hy-Vee Championship Network.
I'm not coming out until Casey's has thin crust.
Thin crust? Thin crust. He's finally coming down.
The wait is over. Casey's new light and crispy thin crust is here.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Have you ever seen gas station pizza do this? Or this? Well, now you have. Buy one large single topping pizza, get the second half off. Only at Casey's.
You would please direct your attention to the award stand area at the north end of the arena. Presenting the awards, Class 1A at 113 pounds, Coach Nate Scar. 8th place, Tommy Booth, Pleasantville. 7th place, Nick Brazzi, Nashua Plainfield. 6th place, Gage Samo, Waco, Wayland. 5th place, Cooper Heinz, Jessup. 4th place, Dallas Canoyer, Earlham. 3rd place, Brock Shehay, Mount Air. Runner-up, Mason Shirk, Wilton. And your Class 1A 113-pound champion from Denver, Gavin Landers. Presenting the Class 2A awards at 113 pounds, Coach Bart Mailer. 8th place, Lane Travis of Creston. 7th place, Jace Curry, Sergeant Bluff Newton. 6th place, Jason Stevens, Hampton Dumont Cal. 5th place, Mitchell Spouse, Crestwood Cresco. 4th place, John Gonzalez, West Marshall. 3rd place, Carter West, Burlington, Notre Dame. Runner-up, Lyndon Petzenpon, Webster City. And your Class 2A 113-pound champion from Union, LaPorte City, Braden Bonesack. Presenting the Class 3A 113-pound awards, Coach Jacob Brown. 8th place, Kendall Kurtz, Iowa City, City High. 7th place, Caleb Arroyo, Urbandale. 6th place, Ashton Grace, Ottumwa. 5th place, Isaac Wignall, Ankeny. 4th place, Cale Vandermark, Ankeny Centennial. 3rd place, Mac Crossan, Indianola. Runner-up, Alexander Pierce, Iowa City West. And your Class 3A 113-pound champion from Norwalk, Tyler Harper.
Bananas are only 39 cents a pound at Hy-Vee. That's not a sale price. That's the price with the Hy-Vee Perks membership. And 39 cents a pound is not just the price today or this week. It's the Perks price every day. With the Hy-Vee Perks membership, you can save on hundreds of products store-wide every time you shop. And count on Perks prices to stay the same. So if you want to pay less for bananas every day, sign up for Hy-Vee Perks. It's free and easy.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics, because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Championships are presented in part by Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service. To learn more, go to midamericanenergy.com. We are getting set for 126 pounds, Mark.
Yeah, in Class 1A, it's Jesse Lewis of West Sioux, and he's going to be taking on Brock Morris of Cascade. And then in Class 2A, it's Jace Hedeman of Union LaPorte City taking on Carson Doolittle of Webster City. And then in Class 3A, it's Colfax Christian of Waukee Northwest taking on Timothy Keister of Bettendorf.
Timothy Kester of Bettendorf.
Some more good matchups here. Class 3A, Colfax Christians of Waukee Northwest. 4-time finalist.
That is awesome. Christensen's only loss this season is out of state, and Christensen beat Kester earlier, Mark, at the Dan Gable Donnybrook 6-4.
Yeah,
so they've met.
What a tight match, too. 6-4. Colfax Christian, as we mentioned, this is his 4th time in the finals. His freshman year, he was runner-up, and he's placed first the last 2 years. Colfax Christian out of Waukee Northwest, and he's wrestling TJ Kester of Bettendorf. Bettendorf with a great tournament here, too.
Yeah, they look fantastic.
They finished second behind Southeast Polk. But still, they put together.
They had 6 in the semis, all the way to the semis. They were doing great.
3 finalists tonight. Jake Knight just lost, but scored over 150 points. And it's not easy to score over 150 points in this tournament.
Yeah, that was impressive. Kester last year, 3rd at 120. He was a champion 2 years ago, Mark, at 106. So he's been to the top of the podium. Another great matchup. This Hedeman versus Doolittle. We had looked forward to this one, too. So we've got 2 great ones, and 1A will not disappoint either.
1A and 2A matches. Neither of these matchups have ever been wrestled before. These guys have never met, so they're all new and fresh to each other.
Hedeman, a 2-time defending state champion. His only loss in 3 seasons was this year to Colfax Christensen, 1-0.
Oh, right now, it's Kester of Bentdorf with a 2-point takedown. TJ Kester of Bentdorf, 2-point takedown right now, and riding tough over Kofast Christensen.
Mentioned that Hedeman, a two-time defending state champ. Both of those were undefeated seasons. And Carson Doolittle, though, he's finished third his first 3 years. He's a senior from Webster City, but he was third at 120, third at 113, and third at 106. So he's broke through to the final, but up against a two-time defending state champ. No score on that mat yet. It's already 4-2 and 1A. Doolittle 42-0 on the season, by the way. You mentioned 1A. Lewis has pinned his way to this final. He is 45-0 on the season. First period pin in the semifinal to get here. Very impressive when people pin their way to the final.
Brock Morris out of Cascade was the number 10 seed coming into this tournament. And he had a fall first round and a fall second round and a 7-3 and then a 4-3 decision. So just to even get this far for a 10 seed is impressive in itself. Making it to the state finals on a Saturday night.
Great job by Morris. He finished fourth last year at 106.
Well, he moved up on the podium and made it to Saturday night. That's awfully impressive. He's taken on a really tough Jesse Lewis of West Sioux, who was first 2 years ago, third last year, 45-0 this year. And like you had mentioned, pinned his way through the tournament so far.
Just one of 6 wrestlers who can say that tonight. 6 is a pretty impressive number for pinning your way through the finals. The 3A matchup at 2 apiece is a number 1 seed Christensen versus the number 2 seed Kester. Kester has had an outstanding season. Just that one loss.
We're all tied up in that 3A match between Christensen and Kester. 2-2 right now in the second period. Lewis out to an 8-3 lead right now in the Class 1A match. Over there in the 2A mat, that's Chase Hedeman of Union LaPorte City up 1-0. Taking on Carson Doolittle of Webster City. Webster City's second finalist here tonight. Pets and Palm was defeated earlier. It was good showing by Webster City. The Lynx.
Hedeman, the second Union wrestler here tonight of 3. Olson will be coming up, but Bonesack got a title, a back-to-back. Now Hedeman looking for his third. But this match is nice and tight at 1-0 here. Second period winding down.
Boy, Jesse Lewis of West Sioux out to a commanding lead right now. 10-3 over Brock Morris as the second period ticks down.
West Sioux, one of those schools, Mark, that they have been sending a lot of kids deep into the tournament the last few years. Had a good decade. West Sioux always has 1 or 2 guys in the mix.
Well, there's Jesse Lewis and Brock Morris, both of them only juniors. They could be right here again possibly next year. You never know.
Boy, Lewis with that first period pin in the semifinals, Mark, against Kufal of Alburnett. That was wild. This is a tough kid. He's had an outstanding tournament from that 4th seed.
All tied up in the Class 3A match between Kofast Christensen and TJ Kester of Bettendorf. Nope. I take that back just to say Kester gets a 1-point escape. Kofast Christensen, again in his 4th state finals, losing as a freshman in the finals and winning the last 2 years. He's going to go on and wrestle next year at the University of Oklahoma.
How about that? A pair of teammates with 4 finals appearances, him and Freeman. Of course, Freeman going for his 4th championship tonight, but he's going to Oklahoma?
He's going to Oklahoma.
That is fantastic. Sooner. Boomer Sooner. Right now, he wants to get up and out.
TJ Kester continuing to ride right now. Kester up 3-2 in the 3rd period. Kester trying to get a 2nd state title for himself. Only a junior. He won it as a freshman and then 3rd last year as a sophomore.
Edge of the mat in 2A, stuck at 1-0. They're out of bounds. 1:25 left in that one. Our eyes would have been peeled, just pinned in on this one if it wasn't for these other two great matches. Tough with 3 matches going at one time. We know at home you're watching your wrestlers with the split screen.
Kester putting on a tough ride over.
Yeah, this is making things hard for
Christensen. Yeah, putting on a really tough ride. TJ Kester got another 1 point there. I'm not really sure where that came from. My only guess would be stalling on Christensen on the bottom.
Here we go.
Look at Christensen stepping over right there. Coming out, gets a 1 point escape. That makes it 4-3 in the neutral position with 50 seconds to go. Things are getting interesting now, Bob.
Inside a minute in 2A, 1-0 stoppage. Lewis, your champion, 14-3 win in 1A.
Yeah, that is it. Class 1A.
West Sioux has a champion. And a happy champion at that.
It was Coach Mark Van Oort. It's awesome to see.
Mark Christensen has torn inside his 15 seconds.
Wow, everybody's on their feet behind that Class 3A match trying to watch the end of this. See if Colfax Christensen can get something going here, but it doesn't look like he's gonna. It looks like TJ Kester is gonna win this one. And a score of 4-3. TJ Kester of Bettendorf, your 126-pound state champion in Class 3A.
That riding by Kester, the difference. Boy, he was tough on top. Christensen could do nothing with him. Former champion beats the 2-time champion.
Well, he reversed that decision from the Donnybrook from earlier this season as well, too, where he was beat by Colfax 6-4. That takes us to the 2A mat.
Unbelievably, we are still at 1-0. We talked about this last night. We thought this would be a heck of a matchup and a tight one. It sure is. 1-0, 10 seconds left. Cheatham trying to hold on.
Well, he's been riding him out. He's been riding out this entire Carson Doolittle, this entire period. But now look at Carson Doolittle with a 1 point escape right at the buzzer here. Right at the buzzer.
Obviously, the Union side is up and saying time is out. Nope, we got to go. Sudden victory. Get business here. Sudden victory for the 2-time champion Hedeman. 4-time place winner Carson Doolittle. Hedeman in on a shot.
Look at this. Double leg. It's going to be tough for Doolittle to fight this off, but look at this. Come out with the wizard. Hipping in. Oh. Hedeman trying to lip arm out of it. Can't. Now Doolittle's
in great shape.
Wow. There's a 2-point takedown.
Unbelievable.
Doolittle. What a great scramble. Wow, he was beat, basically got out 1 second on the clock.
Unbelievable.
And then in overtime, turns around and gets a takedown. Wow, what a change of events in that match with so little time left.
The escape to tie it almost at the buzzer. And then in trouble right off the bat with Hedeman's shot deep. That was just fantastic by Doolittle. When we come back, we are going right to awards, folks.
Presenting the Class 1A awards at 120 pounds, Coach Clayton Rush. In 8th place, Sam Egan, Sumner Fredericksburg. 7th place, Luke Guzman, Highland Riverside. 6th place, Dawson Jacobson, Central Springs. 5th place, Aiden Baxter. 4th place, Eli Becerra, Missouri Valley. 3rd place, Tegan Slaybaugh, ACGC. Runner-up, Cale Morrow, Akron Westfield. And your Class 1A 120-pound champion from Albernet, Rowdy Neighbor. Presenting the Class 2A awards at 120 pounds, Coach Dimitri Boyer. In 8th place, Owen Mayo, Humboldt. 7th place, Caden Jones, Union, LaPorte City. 6th place, Braden Murray, West Delaware, Manchester. 5th place, Carter Schmaus, Crestwood, Cresco. 4th place, Christian Ahrens, Creston. 3rd place, Emmett Newton, Davis County. Runner-up, Ryan Bonson, West Lyon. And your Class 2A 120-pound champion from Eddyville, Blakesburg, Fremont, Gage Spurgeon. Presenting the Class 3A 120-pound awards, Assistant Coach Taylor Bowie. 8th place, Mitchell Pins, Dubuque Hempstead. 7th place, Cale Nash, Clear Creek, Amana. 6th place, Evan Simpson, Cedar Falls. 5th place, Malik DeBow, Finmar. 4th place, Tony Vandermark, Ankeny Centennial. 3rd place, Drew Ayala, Fort Dodge. Runner-up, Jake Knight, Bettendorf. And your Class 3A 120-pound champion from Southeast Polk, Carter Pearson.
When you choose Delta Dental of Iowa, you set a chain of good in motion because we invest in your community. So whether you get your plan at work or purchase it through us, you get more than great dental and vision insurance. You make a difference for others. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, and for your community.
Bananas are only 39 cents a pound at Hy-Vee. That's not a sale price. That's the price with the Hy-Vee Perks membership. And 39 cents a pound is not just the price today or this week. It's the Perks price every day. With the Hy-Vee Perks membership, you can save on hundreds of products store-wide every time you shop. And count on Perks prices to stay the same. So if you want to pay less for bananas every day, sign up for Hy-Vee Perks. It's free and easy.
PB and J?
PB before we go.
P before we go.
P before we go.
See you tomorrow?
Yeah.
We are back live at Wells Fargo Arena getting set for the 132-pound weight class. Mark, who we got for this?
Well, in Class 1A, we got Tanner Argis of North Butler Clarksville taking on Dawson Youngblood of Don Bosco. That's going to be a barn burner of a match. And then in Class 2A, it's Caden Dietzenbach of Burlington Notre Dame taking on Cade Bloom of Roland Story, which is going to be another great match. And then in Class 3A, it's Jace Luna of Bettendorf taking on Cale Seaton of Iowa City High, which is going to be all three of these matches, Bob, are going to be great matches.
Well, part of the reason why Youngblood, his only loss is out of state, but Bloom beat Dietzenbach 9-2 at Independence. Bloom is the 2 seed, Dietzenbach the number 1. Luna beat Seaton 8-6 at the district final.
Yeah, rematch of the district finals in Class 3A with Luna coming out on top, and Cale Seaton was your state champ last year.
In 1A, Argis is 46-0 on the season. You mentioned Bloom undefeated 39-0. Argis the 1, Youngblood the 2. Only Youngblood's a freshman.
Argis a senior. So senior versus freshman in the Class 1A bout. Argis just stomping his way through this tournament so far with 2 technical falls and a fall.
Some heavy experience on these mats. Cale Seaton, a 4-time place winner. Jace Luna, a 4-time place winner. Tanner Argis, a 4-time place winner.
A lot of experience down here.
Argis second last year at 132, fifth at 126, and fifth at 120. Dietzenbach third at 126, fourth at 113 the year before. Bloom, a 2-time state champion, 36-0 and 44-1, undefeated at 39-0 this year. And Mark Jace Luna, third last year at 132, seventh and seventh the prior 2 seasons. Of course, Cale Seaton was last year's 126-pound champion. He placed third at 120 and 22 and third at 113 and 21. So a lot of hardware out there between these young men.
A lot of hardware. The only one without any hardware is Youngblood Don Bosco. That's just because he's a freshman this year. We'll be talking next year a little bit of hardware that he's taking home this year for sure.
Yeah, and Youngblood wearing that black and white alternate Don Bosco singlet. Argis in the white.
Right there, Youngblood with the takedown over Argis, the freshman from Don Bosco, taking down the senior Argis of North Butler, Clarksville.
How about Youngblood maybe looking to pick up his buddy, his teammate, his classmate, that tough loss for Schwab. Youngblood comes out here, obviously, you know, it's all about himself. Team's got it wrapped up, but his buddy just lost.
Youngblood up 2-0 right now. Didn't see who chose neutral right there. One of those guys chose neutral. No score in either of the other bouts, which is really surprising because these guys are all wrestling pretty close matches. I think that these guys are capable of a lot more than that, giving each other an awful lot of respect here tonight in the finals, all 3 of these matches. Youngblood, the freshman, who honestly sometimes that works to your advantage. Being the freshman, not being here, you're just going to go out and just kind of let it go. You don't really know what nerves are. 1-point escape for Dietzenbach there in the Class 2A bout. So they're back to their feet over there.
That's Burlington's gold singlet there.
Cale
Shoulder harness for Bloom.
With a 1-point escape down here in the Class 3A bout. Cale Seaton going to attend South Dakota State University next year. Going to become a Jackrabbit. And Jace Luna is going to be going and wrestling at St. Cloud State. Argis in the Class 1A, Tanner Argis.
Oh, there's on the 2A mat, Mark Sorry. Boom. Little scramble there.
That's the thing about Dietzenbach. I've been watching him wrestle here throughout this tournament. And
got a unique style.
He's definitely unique. He's a scrapper. He tries to score from anywhere, and he's not afraid of anybody. He just likes to get out there and scrap. This Cade Bloom was just playing good, and he caught Dietzenbach right there. Dietzenbach trying to hang on too long without bailing out, but now look at Dietzenbach scrambling around, getting a 2-point reversal, and immediately lets Cade Bloom go. Bloom got 2 points takedown and a 2-point near fall. That makes the score 5-3.
Those guys that can get out of those situations. Dietzenbach, one of them. Just amazing.
Cale Seaton in on a shot down here as the second period ticks down just as he was in on that shot. So going into the Class 3, going into the third period, Seaton's up 1-0.
Also looks like Youngblood's going to hold that lead into the third period.
Luna's going to choose neutral here. No, Seaton just told the referee, saying, you know what, just let him up. So it's actually 1-1 in that Class 3A bout. Second period comes to an end over there on the 2A mat with Bloom up 5-3. Youngblood still up 2-0. Put on a great ride. And then just like that, he scores another 2 points with the reversal over Argis.
This is a 46-0 senior from North Butler, Clarksville, Tanner Argis.
A freshman versus a senior, and the freshman is up 4-0 right now. I mean, that's pretty impressive for a freshman to be wrestling 132 pounds and make it to the finals, let alone winning the finals.
Taking on a 2-time finalist now in Argis. 4-time place winner.
Big scramble down here between Seaton and Luna. Luna in on a shot on Seton here. Seton gets leg back, comes around behind, scores a 2-point takedown, takes a 3-1 lead over Luna. Now remember, this is a rematch for the district finals here in Class 3A where Luna won that one 8-6, but right now Seton leads this one 3-1.
A little more tighter to the vest this time in the finals here tonight.
Bloom up 6-3 now over Dietzenbach.
Luna tried to sit out on that, but couldn't. Seton in control.
Seton's going to try and put on a tough ride for the last 25 seconds of this match, but then Luna up to his feet. This is going to make it interesting. 20 seconds to go. A 3-2 match. Don't believe there's been any stall warnings on either side.
All three matches winding down. 3A is going to finish first. 5 seconds for Luna.
That's going to do it. Cale
Seton holds him off.
Two-time state champion, Cale Seton, 132 pounds, Class 3A. Argis now with the reversal. He makes this one a little bit tighter, but he's running out of time. It's 4-2, but he's only got 10 seconds. Trying to intentionally release Youngblood, but even a takedown's not going to be enough now. That's going to do it. The freshman out of Gilbertville, Don Bosco, Dawson Youngblood is your state champion at 132 pounds.
4-2. Great job by Youngblood of Don Bosco. Freshman championship. Action still brewing on the 2A mat. Bloom has Dietzenbach on his back.
Trying to end this one with the fall. As time runs out, he doesn't get the fall, but he gets the victory. Cade Bloom with a 10-3 victory. Finish out his high school career.
Your score in 2A. Bloom, a champion, his third title. We are going to champions in the book at 132 pounds. Nice matches there. A freshman wins in 1A over a senior. Cale Seton gets his second title. Bloom gets his third. We thought that would be entertaining.
Attention to the award stand area at the north end of the arena. Presenting the Class 1A awards at
32 shapes up nicely.
pounds, Coach Mark Van Ort. In 8th place, David Morrow, Sioux Central. 7th place, Braden Sheffers, Southeast Warren, Melcher Dallas. 6th place, Tayton Kufal, Albernet. 5th place, Caleb Swadeen, Granger Terrell, Ripon Ayrshire. 4th place, Owen Adelfinger, Wilton. 3rd place, Colton Munson, Ogden. Runner-up, Brock Morris, Cascade. In your Class 1A 126-pound champion from West Sioux Hayward, Jesse Lewis. Presenting the Class 2A awards at 126, Coach Drake Doolittle. 8th place, Tice Clarkin, Humboldt. 7th place, Aiden Smith, Atlantic. 6th place, Amari Chavez, South Tama County. 5th place, Ethan Skoglund, Sergeant Bluff Luton. 4th place, CJ Davis, Burlington, Notre Dame. 3rd place, Landon Davis, Eddyville, Blacksburg, Fremont. Runner-up, Jace Hedeman, Union, LaPorte City. In your Class 2A 126-pound champion from Webster City, Carson Doolittle. Presenting the Class 3A awards at 126, Coach Dan Knight. In 8th place, Nate Fish of Linmar. 7th place, Carter Siebel of Pleasant Valley. 6th place, Evan Bratton, Dubuque Hempstead. 5th place, Maximus Riggins, Southeast Polk. 4th place, Truman Folkers, Ankeny. 3rd place, Riker Graff, Waverly Shellrock. Runner-up, Kofax Christensen, Waukee Northwest. And your Class 3A 126-pound champion from Bettendorf, Timothy Kester.
This box has enough seed to plant 125 acres of corn. And here is enough nitrogen fertilizer to put 40 pounds of N on each of those acres, all 1,200 gallons of it. What if that amount of nitrogen was already on the seed? Pivot Bio is the first company to apply nitrogen on seed. Predictable nitrogen that stays put, whether or not. The nitrogen you need, now on seed, from Pivot Bio.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
At Mid-American Energy, it's our job to keep you safe. So we encourage you to install a carbon monoxide detector on every level of your home. If your detector goes off, leave your home right away and give us a call.
We are back at Wells Fargo Arena getting you set for the matches at 138 pounds, Mark.
Well, in the Class 1A bout, it's Blake Allen of Underwood, and he's going to be taking on Teague Smith of West Hancock. And in the Class 2A, from Osage, it's Blake Fox taking on Jace Jaspers out of Mount Vernon. And in the Class 3A, from Waukee Northwest, Carter Freeman is going to be taking on Coy Davidson of Fort Dodge.
Well, the story here, well, there's a lot of good ones, but Carter Freeman going for his 4th title ought to draw some attention on the 3A mat for the Northwest Wolves. Carter Freeman, 3-time champ as it stands. The way this tournament's been going, don't write in anything yet.
Don't write in anything, exactly. Carter Freeman, the only wrestler tonight going for his 4th state title, but this is a tough matchup for him, taking on Coy Davidson of Fort Dodge. They've split this year throughout the season as well, too, so this is no cakewalk here for Carter Freeman.
That's right. Davidson beat Freeman 2-1 at the Council Bluffs Classic, and then Freeman exacted his revenge by beating Davidson 3-2 at the Ed Winger Classic.
A couple of tough, close matches.
And another head-to-head. Fox for Osage beat Jaspers of Mount Vernon at the state duels 3-0. So they've met just a couple weeks ago.
Boy, Osage has had a great run here at this tournament. You're going to see a lot of finalists here for Osage tonight. They have 4 of them. Some tough kids. They've picked up a lot of bonus points in this tournament. 112 points coming in tonight's finals. Mount Vernon right behind them right now, only by about 2.5 points. So this head-to-head matchup is big for them, but if you look down the road, I think Osage just has way too much firepower coming up.
Yeah,
you got Kittleson and Stengel. I mean, there's some studs coming up for Osage.
I'll end it with Muller at heavyweight. Yeah, it's going to get tough. Blake Fox, last year's champion at 120 pounds, the #1 seed here tonight. Teague Smith for West Hancock was 6th at 120 last year. Blake Allen of Underwood, your champion at 138 last year and 4th at 120 in 22. Fox taking on Jace Jaspers of Mount Vernon. He was your runner-up at 126 last year, so back in the finals again for Jaspers. Of course, Freeman, the 3-time champ. Not defeated as a freshman, but he's mixed in losses every season since, but he's always found a way to stand at the top of the podium. And of course, Davidson, his opponent, was 4th at 138 last year and 2nd in 22 at 126 pounds. Split so far. They go to the second period, zeros. It will be Davidson's choice.
That's 2A trying to score Foxes towards the end of that period with the go behind. Just couldn't do it. Jasper's doing a great job squaring right there. Mount Vernon already with the state champion tonight in Perot. Bumped him up a little bit, nudged him a little bit closer to Osage, but again, Osage is so much firepower. Brent Jennings, head coach at Osage, has done such a great job with the Green Devils.
Sure have. They were super impressive last year, putting an end to that West Delaware run. This year they came right back. They had 5 hammers in the lineup that carried them all year, and a good overall team. As the Fox, though, just rock solid. Number 1 seed taking on the 2 seed Jaspers. They both had close 2-1 matches in the semifinals, but fought their way through to get here. Allen, of course, in 1A for Underwood, undefeated at 20-0 on the season, taking on the 3 seed Teague Smith of West Hancock.
Carter Freeman on the Class 3A bout there, almost with a little whip over pancake action over Davidson there, but Davidson did a great job scrapping, squaring up, getting out of there. Bobby Thompson and Tanner Utley, the coaches for Fort Dodge down there. Coach Volmek. And then Yankovic down there for Carter Freeman.
Freeman and Davidson, an example of Mark. If we had our own wrestling show on the weekends, we would have led into this tournament with showing both of those matches prior to this season. Get you warmed up for this one. They've split. This one's for a title. For Freeman, it's huge. He could be the 33rd 4-time state champion in the history of this state, but Davidson knows that and wants to build a wall in front of that accomplishment. He doesn't want any part of losing to Freeman. 13 seconds left in the second period. 1-0 Davidson.
Very low scoring matches here in this 138-pound final so far.
Yeah, 1-0. Almost into the third on the 1A mat. 5 seconds left there. Allen with the lead. Now Fox scores in 2A.
Yep, right at the end of that second period. That's a great time to score, as we talked about yesterday in those semifinal matches. You get those end of the period scores are so big and so crucial. They can take you a long ways. Fox with a tight-knit win in the semifinals.
Freeman up and out
yesterday morning just by a score of 2-1, and then Jaspers won 2-1 in the tiebreaker. So both Jaspers and Fox in that Class 2A bout barely snuck their way in here to the finals.
Sure did. Both of them finding a way back to the finals in tough matches. Davidson gave up that escape mark. It's 1-1 in the 3A match.
Well, it's come down to this.
Also 1-1 in the 1A. Teague Smith gets the 1-point escape in the third period. Allen working on him up high on the edge of the mat. They're out of bounds. Near a minute in the 3A match.
Carter Freeman had a tight match in the semifinals as well, too, against Trevino of Bettendorf. Barely won that one 6-5. He's going for his 4th state title here. A lot on the line, but you got to put that out of your mind. You come into here, you have no titles. This is a new year, new match, new finals. Doesn't matter what's happened before. 40 seconds to go here between Freeman and Davidson.
Without any stoppages, this 3A match should finish first.
If they don't go into overtime.
Unless it goes to overtime.
As of right now, it looks like it might be that way. There's low, I just say that, and then Freeman comes across with a little underhook to a knee pick. Doesn't get it. The Northwest Waukee fans want a stall call there.
Allen scores in 1A. Sorry, Mark.
You're fine. That's a big score for Allen. It breaks that 1-1 tie in the third period. 25 seconds to go. Blake Allen of Underwood.
Nice takedown on the edge of the mat on Smith. Got a clean, crisp shot.
They're going to go OT down here in Class 3A.
How about this, Mark? Overtime to decide, will we have a 4-time state champ or a big upset?
There's a shot by Davidson. He's in on Freeman. Freeman gets his legs back. Davidson coming at him.
Oh,
Freeman doing a good job. Wizard and hipping in, comes out, tries to go upstairs with them.
Nice wrestling.
Over-under situation, comes back to that knee pick.
Allen gets it done 3-1 in 1A. Back-to-back championships for Blake Allen.
And over there, it's Fox of Osage with the 3-1 victory himself.
2 3-1 victories, and we have sudden victory overtime on that.
Could be a 3-1 victory, too.
Tight matches. Fox, 2-time state champ for Osage, locks up the state title for the Osage Green Devils.
We're going to go full screen here. Carter Freeman versus Coy Davidson. Carter Freeman going for his 4th state title. All eyes in the sold-out Wells Fargo Arena. Looking in on this one here. This is such a big match down here.
Freeman has won it at 106. He won it at 120. Last year it was 132. This year he moves up to 38. The only wrestler to beat him this year is facing him down in sudden victory.
Scott Whitehill, the head referee in this match down here in the Class 3A bout.
Freeman with a shot, Mark, but look at that. Davidson spinning. Go around.
Look at this, upper body, both locked up. Over-under situation, look at him go for it. Whole place is looking at this. Oh, outside trip by Davidson. He throws Freeman. Freeman trying to hip over here. Davidson gets the upper hand and gets the 2 takedown and looking for more. That is it. Coy Davidson.
Holy cow.
Coy Davidson of Fort Dodge gets his 1st state title.
What an unbelievable flurry for that finish in overtime. Davidson.
That was some fantastic wrestling. If there was ever a highlight reel or a move of the meet, that right there, that scramble situation on both guys' part right there was great wrestling. Yeah. And at the end of that scramble situation, it was just Coy Davidson that just wanted it more. And he pinched it hard with his elbows and came out on top.
We get to the break. When we come back, awards at 132 pounds on the Hy-Vee Championship Network.
Iowa Soybean Association is driven to deliver for Iowa's 40,000 soybean farmers. We're proud to provide objective agronomic research, a helping hand with soil and water stewardship, and timely industry news powered by the Soybean Checkoff. Learn more at iasoybeans.com.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Iowa Soybean Association is driven to deliver for Iowa's 40,000 soybean farmers. We're proud to provide objective agronomic research, a helping hand with soil and water stewardship, and timely industry news powered by the Soybean Checkoff. Learn more at iasoybeans.com.
Please turn your attention to the award stand area. Presenting the awards of 132 pounds in Class 1A, Coach Chris Ortner. 8th place, Landon Price, Lake Mills. 7th place, Cooper Franklin, Alburnett. 6th place, Carson Thompson, Underwood. 5th place, Ryan Groom, North Mahaska. 4th place, Jaden Friedrichs, Akron Westfield. Third place, Brody Brisker, Wilton. Runner-up, Tanner Arches, North Butler, Clarksville. And your Class 1A 132-pound champion from Don Bosco, Dawson Youngblood. Presenting the Class 2A awards at 132 pounds, Coach Heston Johnson. 8th place, Logan McDonald, Grinnell. 7th place, Steele Dirks, Assumption Davenport. 6th place, Caden Parker, Oskaloosa. 5th place, Mason Avila, Decorah. 4th place, Aaron Boone, Washington. 3rd place, Matt Beam, Glenwood. Runner-up, Caden Dietzenbach, Burlington, Notre Dame. And your 132-pound champion from Roland Story, Cade Bloom. Presenting the Class 3A awards at 132 pounds, Coach Corey Connell. 8th place, Perez of Ankeny. 7th place, Tyler Lee, Prairie, Cedar Rapids. 6th place, John King, Waukee Northwest. 5th place, Connor Pfizer, Bondurant Farrar. 4th place, Justice Jessaroga, Southeast Polk. 3rd place, Ryan Ryder, Carlisle. Runner-up, Jace Luna, Bettendorf. And your Class 3A 132-pound champion from Iowa City, City High, Cale Seaton.
Everybody, I'm Jackie Schmelman with the Iowa High School Sports Network, and I am joined by Melissa Ballard, who is CFO of First Iowa State Bank in Albia, but also the treasurer of the Iowa Bankers Association. So, Melissa, thank you so much for joining us. Could you tell us a little bit more about the association?
Sure. Thank you for having me. The Iowa Bankers Association has over 270 member banks, which represents 98% of the banks in Iowa. The resources that the Iowa Bankers Association provides my bank, I'm very appreciative of those because they help us better serve our community. As Iowans, we know we're better when we work together, and as a unified group, Iowa banks employ 40,000 Iowans, protect billions of dollars in deposits, and provide over $80 billion in loans to help our communities thrive. Our industry contributes so much to our local economies, and this is something I'm very proud to be a part of.
Absolutely. Now, every year during the State Wrestling Championships, the Iowa Bankers Association sponsors the Student Athlete Achievement Award. Can you tell us why it's important for local bankers to be a part of a program like this one?
Absolutely. Helping Iowans reach their financial goals, it's what Iowa banks are all about. So we are very proud to have this chance to help Iowa students save towards their higher education and invest in their future. These are outstanding young athletes who are excelling in the classroom and in their communities. By providing them scholarships, it's a win for everyone because after graduating, the hope is that they'll use their skills and talents right here in Iowa.
Absolutely. Melissa, thank you for joining us and telling us more about this outstanding program. And thank you to the Iowa Bankers Association for sponsoring the Student Athlete Achievement Award.
Back live at Wells Fargo Arena here, getting set for 144 pounds. Mark, who we got?
Class 1A from Logan Magnolia is Corbin Rice, and he's going to be taking on out of Denver's Bowden White. And then in Class 2A, another Greendale out of Osage taking on, that's Anders Kittleson. He's taking on Royce Butt of Central DeWitt. And then Class 3A, Kane Noctiborn of Linmar taking on Jakari Clark of Valley, West Des Moines Valley.
Well, some serious hardware here, too, for Kittleson and Noctiborn, both four-time place winners now. Rice 4th at 126 last year. He was 5th at 113 in 22 and 4th at 106 in 21. Of course, Kittleson was your runner-up at 32 last year, 4th at 132 2 years ago, and 2nd at 113 in 21. Royce Butt from Central DeWitt was 8th at 132 last year. Nocturne 2nd at 138 last year, 3rd at 132, and 5th at 120. So multiple place winnings here. Jakari Clark from Valley has not placed, but he has had himself one whale of a tournament. He has done a great job as the 2 seed. He had a nail-biter over DeBold of Centennial to get here. Taking on Nocturne.
This should be a very
36-0.
Yeah, this should be a very entertaining match between Nocturne and Clark here in the Class 3A bout.
Different styles.
Okay, Nocturne gonna follow his brother Tate, as we all well know. There's a nice pancake right there by Kane, but Jakari Clark just rolled right through there. But again, Nocturne gonna follow his brother Tate, as we all know, to Iowa State next year. Now there's something kind of interesting here in this matchup for West Des Moines Valley's Clark. They got a new head coach there this year. Oh, there's kind of a call that the head coach new this year, Brett Whelan, who's been a longtime assistant at Waverly Shellrock, getting the head job at West Des Moines Valley, doing a phenomenal job over there.
Longtime Coach Young for the Valley Tigers.
Was not happy about that stall call right there on Jakari as they went out of bounds, and I kind of agree with him right there. I think that action just kind of took them that way.
Too early takedown points for Kittleson on the 2A mat.
Boy, Kittleson is so fun to watch. He is a hammer. I really enjoy watching these Osage Green Devils, but Kittleson especially is a lot of fun. He's going to continue to wrestle next year at the Air Force Academy.
That is awesome. Again, I mentioned he's a 4-time place winner. This is his 3rd final, Mark. 2 runner-ups.
Look at him pick up Royce Butt, put him to the mat a couple of times there. Good returns.
Kittleson 44-0 on the season.
These guys have wrestled twice before in the state tournament, never in the finals, just within the regular tournament, with Anders Kittleson winning both of those times, 11-3 and 5-1.
This year, Mark Butt the 6th seed, so he's fought his way through here. This year, more than ever, so many, quote, lower seeds. Some double-digit ones, obviously, we've seen. But
another stall call down there at West Des Moines Valley's Clark. So Nocturne gets a 1 point for stalling, and there's a shot by Clark. The Clark tries lateral drop right there and kind of throws himself to his back there.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was probably the smartest thing as the first period was coming to an end. He's going big right there when he didn't really need to. He's just down 1-0 right there. And
you see that so often, though.
That Kane Nocturne's good there. He's a really good wrestler, very experienced. Not the type of guy you probably want to do that against, but at the same time, I commend Jahar Clark for going after it and trying to make something happen.
Here's Bowden White of Denver looking to score on Rice on the 2A mat, or 1A mat, I'm sorry.
These guys have never wrestled before on the 1A mat.
Another Denver wrestler, Bowden White. 2nd seed, he's a sophomore, 45-2. The junior Rice, 46-0.
Anders Kittleson on the 2A mat. He's had a heck of a tournament so far, starting this tournament off with a tech fall and then getting a major decision, and then yesterday morning in the semifinals with a fall. So he's bonus putting his way through the tournament so far. Done a great job. Royce Butt with a fall and a 4-2 and a 6-3 decision. Working his way through the tournament. Just running into a hammer here in Kittleson.
Kittleson dragging Butt back on. Stays in control on top. It's 3-0 Nocturne in the 3A matchup. Linmar and Valley. Jakari Clark had one little quick flurry, but then it pretty much has been all Nocturne. Meanwhile, White is still really working hard there against Rice in the 1A matchup, 2-1.
There's a good shot of Brett Whelan right there. First-time coach, first-year head coach, I should say, for West Des Moines Valley.
Looking dapper.
Not very happy with referees right now. Not very happy with Pike, the head official on that mat.
They have a lot to talk over during the 4-0 lead by Noctiborn. Stoppage there.
Travis Pike out of Mason City. Those referees, they got a tough job, and it's not easy being. If you don't talk about them, that means they're doing something good. Okay.
Yeah.
You bring them up, there's controversy.
Rough job, but they love it. And we've got some of the best year after year. Same faces down here. Some of these refs, long-time refs at the state tournament.
Kittleson going to choose down to start the third period over there for Osage. Royce Butt, you see what he got on top. See if he can muster anything up on top. He can't. Right away, Kittleson up to his feet.
Stays low. Attack, attack, attack. Looking.
Noctiborn up 4-0 now in the second period. 30 seconds to go. Class 2A. It's Rice up 2-1 over White of Denver.
2 more for Noctiborn and 3A on the edge of the mat. Another takedown. Oh, Rice and White here in 1A. Rice gets the takedown. Looks like for a minute he'd keep him on his back. 4-1 for Rice. Clark back to life here.
Got a reversal there, so he's got points on the board. That makes it 6-2 now for Noctiborn over Clark as that second period comes to an end. That was a big reversal right there for Jakari Clark of West Des Moines Valley at the very end of that second period. It's going to be Noctiborn's choice in the third period. He's going to choose down.
Boy, that's true. With Noctiborn choosing down here for the third period, 6-0's a heck of a lot different story than this 6-2. See if Clark can do anything with it.
Clark's just going to intention release him to go feet. Now remember, Clark already went big in the first period and didn't work out for him, ended up getting taken down. But you know he's not scared to go there.
Yeah.
With being down 5-0, he's probably going to have to come up with something slick. Feet to back scenario.
I imagine it is easier said than done getting to the legs of Noctiborn.
Well, Noctiborn's good upper body type stuff too, and it's going to be hard to find a way to put him to his back. 4-1 right now in favor of Rice of Logan Magnolia.
Kittleson 3 seconds away, Mark, on Matt, the 2A mat.
Kittleson's going to do it. Solid 4-0 victory. The Green Devils extend their lead with the Class 2A 144-pound state champion, Anders Kittleson.
3-time finalist. This time he brings home the top hardware. And another great season for Osage.
Boy, Clark's going for it. Clark is going for it. As you just seen him throw Noctiborn out of bounds.
13 seconds left in 1A, 4-2 Rice. As they come back to the center. Under a minute in 3A.
This is going to be interesting the last 50 seconds or so of this 3A bout. Clark's not done throwing the kitchen sink at him yet. Class 2A.
White unable to score.
Rice of Logan Magnolia. Corbin Rice, your 144-pound Class 1A state champion. All right, all eyes now on 3A between Noctiborn and Clark here. Ooh, Clark in on the shot there, but that's not going to be enough. He's going to have to find some near falls. He's going to have to find feet to back here somewhere. Only 15 seconds left to go. I think Noctiborn's just going to be a little bit too much for Clark here. There's a dunk attempt right there by Clark. Couldn't get it. Nice snap right there. Slide by Noctiborn. That's the nail in the coffin. That's going to do it. So Kane Noctiborn of Linmar. Kane Noctiborn of Linmar is going to be your Class 3A state champion at 144 pounds.
We will get to the break on the Hy-Vee Championship Network.
Need extra money for college? Our scholarship provides $1,000 for college expenses. Registration is easy, no essay required, and learn how to pay less for college while completing the qualifying steps. Visit iowastudentloan.org to learn more.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Across Iowa, you don't have to look far to find a bank that's got your back. From just around the corner to the next town over, hundreds of neighborhood banks are going the distance to ensure your future looks brighter than ever. By providing jobs, supporting local businesses, strengthening communities, and helping your dreams become reality. Here, the life you build is backed by Iowa banks. See how banks are making a difference near you at iowabankers.com.
Need extra money for college? Our scholarship provides $1,000 for college expenses. Registration is easy, no essay required, and learn how to pay less for college while completing the qualifying steps. Visit iowastudentloan.org to learn more.
Fargo Arena, let's take a quick look at the current team scores. Mark, Class 1A shaping up nicely.
Don Bosco out to a commanding lead, and they're not going to be touched by Alburnett. And Alburnett has solidified the second-place trophy, and then also Wilton with the third-place trophy. Great standings by all those guys here at this tournament.
Let's get a look at Class 2A now. It looks like Osage in the driver's seat. They've done it.
Yeah, they've done it. They're definitely in the driver's seat. They still have some hardware to get, some more points to be scored. Mount Vernon with a great tournament as well with the second-place trophy. Union LaPorte City, another great tournament for them, and they got wrestlers coming up as well, but then they get the third-place trophy in Class 2A.
Well, Southeast Polk and Bettendorf in 3A are the top story, but then after that, Mark,
Southeast Polk setting out to do something that has not been done. They're trying to break Waverly Shell Rock's record with the most points ever scored in a tournament by a team. It's going to be tough to do. They got some tough matches coming up, but it is possible. And then Bettendorf with a solid second, and Ankeny Centennial barely hanging on in third place, but Fort Dodge might have something to say about that.
All right, awards at 138 pounds.
Coach John Williams. In 8th place, Caleb Cook, Pleasantville. 7th place, Steve Brandenburg, Lake Mills. 6th place, Dawson Bell, Jessup. 5th place, Gabriel Brisker, Wilton. 4th place, Preston Klosterman, Alburnett. 3rd place, Ethan Christopher, Don Bosco. Runner-up, Teague Smith, West Hancock Britt. And your Class 1A 138-pound champion from Underwood, Blake Allen. Presenting the Class 2A awards at 138 pounds, Coach Brent Jennings. 8th place, Barrett Morgan, Algona. 7th place, Caden Kramer, Independence. 6th place, Reagan Hashi, Central Lyon, George Little Rock. 5th place, Jordan Schmidt, Solon. 4th place, Shane Hanford, West Marshall. 3rd place, Caden Wild, Assumption Davenport. Runner-up, Jace Jaspers, Mount Vernon. And your Class 2A 138-pound champion from Osage, Blake Fox. Presenting the Class 3A 138-pound awards, assistant coach Tanner Utley. 8th place, Zane Behrens, Waverly Shell Rock. 7th place, Nolan Howell, Clear Creek, Amana. 6th place, Will Overbreckling, Southeast Polk. 5th place, Cale Kurtz, Iowa City, City High. 4th place, Jabari Hinson, Ames. 3rd place, Cody Trevino, Bettendorf. Runner-up, Carter Freeman, Waukee Northwest. And your Class 3A 138-pound champion from Fort Dodge, Coy Davidson.
We are back live at Wells Fargo Arena. Time to take a quick peek back to the keys to success tonight.
Well, one of the biggest keys to success is managing your weight control throughout the day. These kids weighed in this morning, and it's probably not wise for them to go eat a bunch of ice cream all day long because it's the last weigh-in of the year before your final performance. The other thing is stick to your normal routine and warm-up. Try to stick with the same warm-up partner that you've been drilling with throughout the whole tournament and get a good warm-up and get ready to go. And then don't get into it until it's your time to get into it.
All right. Keys to success from Iowa Corn. Now we're at 150 pounds, Mark.
At 150 pounds, Class 1A, it's Keaton Moeller of Starmont. He's going to be taking on Danny Kinsella of Trainer. And in Class 2A, it's Lucas Kroll of Garner Hayfield Ventura taking on Caleb Olson of Union LaPorte City. And then in Class 3A, which is going to be a great match between Bass Diaz of Waverly Shell Rock and Levi Trenery of Southeast Polk.
Logan Trenery of Southeast Polk there. Sorry, folks. 150 pounds. We are underway. Boss Diaz of Waverly Shell Rock, your champion last year at 45, third at 45 2 years ago. Trenery 2 years ago was fourth at 120. In 2A, Caleb Olson of Union was 7th last year at 145, 5th at 132 2 years ago, and Kroll of Garner Hayfield Ventura, 4th at 152 last year. Keaton Moeller of Starmont was 3rd at 145 last year, and Starmont, Moeller, his only loss this year was at a different weight, and that was 5-2 to Anders Kittleson of Osage. No undefeated wrestlers in 150 left, but plenty of firepower. We have a 1 versus 2 in 1A, a 1 versus the 6th seed Trenery in 3A. He's had an outstanding tournament, fun to watch. Kroll 1 versus 3 seed Olson in 2A. Boy, Trenery on a mission. He had a huge win in the semis over Nolan Fellers of Bondurant Farrar. Big pin. Of course, Boz Diaz just rock solid 2 years in a row here.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting matchup.
Diaz, one of 2 Waverly Shell Rock wrestlers in the finals. Of course, 5 for the Rams. They are 2 for 2 so far. This could be big, getting towards that team record points-wise that Mark was talking about. Ballard, of course, in 2008 scored 225 team points, an amazing number, but Southeast Polk is inching up on it.
This Trenery here, Logan Trenery of Southeast Polk, is so unorthodox. Very, very unorthodox, very difficult to wrestle. And you're seeing two complete contrasting styles here between Boss Diaz, who's just a bulky, solid wrestler, stays in good position, doesn't really get out of position very much. And then you got Trenery, who's just completely opposite. You know, he'll almost sometimes want a guy to get in on his legs, and then he wrestles from there and scrambles and comes out on top most all the time. And that's where he likes to be, is where most people would be uncomfortable. He's comfortable. First period comes to an end. No score in Class 3A. Same thing in Class 2A.
This one may be a stretch, Mark, but the things you talked about with Trenery reminds me of like Welch from Northwestern a few years back.
Yeah, very good.
Logan Trenery of Southeast Polk, a heck of a tournament. Getting to this point, everything Mark mentions about him, he is fun to watch. He's the 6th seed, a junior.
Well, this is where he's pretty tough, too, is this top position. You can see him throwing the legs in on right now on Boss Diaz of Waverly Shell Rock. Just looking to ride here, looking to ride tough. And he's not afraid to get kind of out of position, like I mentioned earlier, get a little bit high. Class 1A here, clock ticking down the first period, no score.
Kinsella from Trainer. Good job getting here to the finals. They get to the end of the period. Muller of Starmont. Pretty stingy, tough defender. He has scored 15 points in his first match, 12 in the major decision yesterday, or Friday, and then last night, a 10-3 victory. So he has put up a lot of points.
1 point escape down there for Boss Diaz of Waverly Shell. He takes a 1-0 lead.
So Olson also down there on the 2A mat, Mark, he wants to see if he can get the Union crowd something to cheer about that tough loss to Jace Hedeman a little while ago.
Both these guys in Class 2A, they should have talked to each other ahead of time about what singlet they're going to wear.
Yeah.
It's so similar.
That's not fair.
Singlets right now.
That is not fair.
That's Caleb Olson of Union LaPorte City in the top position. At least they have their name on the back of the singlet. Tough to see on TV, though, where it says Union down the spine of Caleb's singlet there.
My guess is the Garner Hayfield Ventura singlet says Cardinals, but I can't quite make it out.
It says Cardinals as well, yep, down the spine.
Just too similar. Crawl at 47-2. Olson 46-1.
Going into the third period already in Class 3A. It's Logan Trenery from Southeast Polk going to choose the down position. Again, I'm looking for another interesting match here between these two, but there really hasn't been a whole lot of action. So hopefully they treat us here going into the third period. There's a nice roll through right there by Logan Trenery to get a 1 point escape, and now a whip over, slide by, kind of like a pancake action by Bass Diaz, showing his power right there in that front headlock situation. But he still doesn't have Trenery taken down. There he has a takedown. That was a big takedown for Bass Diaz. With just a little throw by action. They're kind of like a pancake move. That's a big, ooh, look at that snap right there.
We get an escape before the out of bounds. 3-2. Another look.
You see a little coming up to his feet here, and they're going to return him. You just seen the roll right there. That gets him the 1 point escape for Logan Trenery of Southeast Polk. And then a little, just caught the tail end of that. A little bit of pancake action, just some horsepower right there by Bass Diaz. Now it's going to get interesting.
As we approach 1 minute, it's 3-2. Getting serious here in 3A at 150 pounds. Trenery looking for an in.
Caleb Olson with the 1 point escape down there. Gives him a 1-0 advantage after he got a ride out in the second period over Crawl, Garner Hayfield.
Tough riding there in 2A.
Same score, Class 1A, 1-0 in the second period there.
Now there's 2 for Olson. 3-0. We have 40 seconds left in 3A. Can Trenery find some offense?
I know Bass Diaz with that same kind of like horsepower whip over, but he drops down in on the leg this time. In on that leg, trying to pull it in. Not trying to do too much. Just staying in a good position, letting the clock tick down there. He does a good job, stays patient, trying to come around, picking up Trenery, trying to take him down here. Trenery trying to get out of bounds and stop this clock so we can get a fresh start. And that's going to allow Bastias to secure another takedown and secure a state championship as well, too. Only 10 seconds. They come back to the center. Trenery's going to have to work some magic as he's got it down by a 3-point deficit. This will be Bastias' second state championship. Looks like he's having headgear malfunction over there. Looks like it's broken. Only got 10 seconds to go. I don't know if that's legal to let him go for just 10 seconds or not. Probably not.
Saw that action on the edge of the mat where he threw that away, out of his way. 2A comes to a close in the meantime.
Yep, Caleb Olson is your 150-pound state champion in Class 2A from Union LaPorte City.
Olson, the 3 seed, with a 3-0 victory over the #1 seed, Lucas Krull, a champion for Union. 2 for 3 tonight.
Just seen him over there getting hugs from Coach Bart Meller, and then also that looks like Max Thompson down there, former 4-time state champion for Union LaPorte City. A good guy to have in the room to scrap with on a regular basis.
Well, Max Thompson, one of the best 4-time champions ever. Boy, did he have. Talk about fun to watch. We have 10 seconds left in 3A for Bastias.
Looks like he's going to be able to ride Trenery here. Trenery trying to work some magic. Trying to roll around a little bit. Bastias good, doing a great job, just hanging on the ankle, and that's going to do it. Bastias with another state championship for Waverly Shell Rock. 150 pounds, Class 3A.
Nice job by Diaz.
That stops Southeast Polk's run and setting a record for the most points scored. But
they'll have 2 more chances, Mark. We are looking at 1A now, and it is 1-1 under a minute between Muller of Starmont and Kinsella of Trainer.
We got
Kinsella in the red-black.
Here.
This single screen gives us a chance to get a close-up of these wrestlers. Get a stoppage here.
Keaton Moeller of Starmont. There's a back shot of Kinsella right there. Kinsella out of Trainer High School. These guys have never met before. Could be a reason why it's still 1-1.
Yeah. Does anybody have anything here the last 25?
Keaton Moeller with a big underhook right here in the wrist, trying to get to the leg, trying to put something together here in regulation. And he does it, gets in on the leg here. Only 8 seconds, and he's going to get it. He's going to get the 2-point takedown. Keaton Moeller of Starmont. Wow, he went for it, too. He worked hard for that shot.
He sure did.
He really worked hard out of that underhook, trying really hard. Underhook, far wrist, threw him by, got to the leg. Wasn't in great position, but he kept moving, kept wrestling there, came out on top. Keaton Moeller out of Starmont's going to be your 150-pound Class 1A state champion.
We will be back after this break with awards at 144 on the Hy-Vee Championship Network.
In Iowa, we grow corn. A lot of corn. Corn is what supports us. It feeds our livestock, it fuels our vehicles, and powers our state. It nourishes our families. A cash crop? Yeah, but it's way more than that. Corn sustains us. It's who we are. Without it, we'd just be... well, you get the picture. In Iowa, we grow corn. But the truth is, corn grows Iowa.
Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Keep chasing the sunshine.
Athletic Association State Championships is brought to you in part by DMAC. Start your next at DMAC. Iowa Farm Bureau, proud to champion Iowa's youth. And by Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
Your attention to the award stand area. Presenting the Class 1A awards at 144 pounds, Coach Dan Thompson. 8th place, Zane Mullenix, Pleasantville. 7th place, Charlie Veit, East Sac County. 6th place, Colt Kanak, North Tama. 5th place, Jordan Dusenberry, Wilton. 4th place, Tiernan Boots, Lisbon. 3rd place, Colin Holmes, South Winneshiek. Runner-up, Bowden White, Denver. And your Class 1A 144-pound champion from Logan Magnolia, Corbin Rice. Presenting the Class 2A awards at 144 pounds, assistant coach and dad, Ryan Kittleson. 8th place, Jackson Kinnitz, Bishop Heelan Catholic. 7th place, Austin Evans, Creston. 6th place, Carter Lamont, Benton Shellsburg. 5th place, Tyler Wheeland, Independence. 4th place, Tucker Wheeler, PCM Monroe. 3rd place, Jackson Jaspers, Mount Vernon. Runner-up, Royce Butt, Central DeWitt. And your Class 2A 144-pound champion from Osage, Anders Kittleson. Presenting the Class 3A 144-pound awards, Coach Doug Stryker. 8th place, Jake Mitchell, Iowa City, City High. 7th place, Ty Solverson, Boone. 6th place, Mason Lucas, Carlisle. 5th place, Alex Bumba, Prairie, Cedar Rapids. 4th place, Ben Hansen, Ankeny. 3rd place, Maximus DeBolt, Ankeny Centennial. Runner-up, Jakari Clark, Valley, West Des Moines. And your Class 3A 144-pound champion from Linn-Mar, Kane Noctiborn.
Meet Ronnie. He's not known for making the best life decisions. Ronnie is also a new #DogDad. Time for Rocco's first trip to the dog park. Nothing to see here, folks, just Ronnie with man's best friend. Sunshine, fresh air, and the sweet sounds of Rocco's little paws on the pavement. Ronnie doesn't always make good decisions, but even Ronnie knows never dig without contacting Iowa One Call first.
Wells Fargo Arena. Today's Iowa High School Athletic Association State Wrestling Championships are presented in part by Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service. To learn more, go to midamericanenergy.com. We are set for 157 pounds now. They are out on the mats and getting ready to go. And who do we have in this 1A, 2A, 3A lineup?
Well, in Class 1A, it's Kyler Kanak of Don Bosco. He's taking on Kellen Smith of West Hancock. And then in Class 2A, another Green Devil, Tucker Stengel. He's taking on Bo Kudum, of Sergeant Blatt Luton. And then in Class 3A, it's Kale Voinovich of Iowa City High taking on Jackson Miller of Carlisle. Some great matchups here, especially in the 1A and 2A bouts.
Well, while Miller and Voinovich may be new to this state tournament, the others certainly aren't. We have a lot of history here. Of course, Kyler Kanak was your champion at 52 last year, 6th the year before at 126. Pretty huge jump there. Kellen Smith, 2nd last year. That's a rematch. Kanak of Don Bosco beat Smith last year in the 52 championship. That was Kellen Smith's only loss on the season. The year before, he was 2nd at 138 and 6th at 120 and 21. Tucker Stengel, the champion last year at 145 pounds, undefeated 40-0, 3rd at 126 and 22, and 4th at 113 and 21, of course. And Bo Kudum of Sergeant Bluff Luton, 4th at 132 last year and 4th at 126 and 22. Now, I apologize. Jackson Miller did get 4th at 145 last year. Jumped the gun on that with Voinovich first trip here to the finals. And Knack beating Smith last year in that 152-pound championship. Of course, Smith's only loss, as I mentioned. But Stengel 2 years ago beat Kudum for 3rd place at 126. And in that tournament, that's the last time he's lost. He's won 90-plus consecutive matches, and we have early points in 1A.
Kyler Kanak right there gets a takedown right at the edge, keeps his toes in as they go out of bounds against Kellen Smith of West Hancock Britt. This is, like you mentioned just now, this is the 4th time that they've wrestled, and Kellen Smith got the first 2, but then Kyler Kanak got the last one in the finals last year. This is a tough matchup right here for Don Bosco and West Hancock Britt, and between Kanak and Smith. There's Voinovich of City High with a 2-point takedown over there, over Jackson Miller of Carlisle in the 3A bout.
Voinovich, the 1 seed.
He's kind of just pretty much stormed his way through this tournament here.
Yeah, he's his only loss on the season was out of state. He had an injury default win in the semis against Grant Kress of Linn-Mar. That was a tough one for Kress. Miller got by Abe Bushong of Southeast Polk.
No score over there in Class 2A at the end of the first period between Stengel of Osage and Kudum of Sergeant Bluff. Those are 2 great wrestlers right there.
I mentioned 90-plus wins in a row for Stengel. Just businessman-like. Point scoring machine. He's pinned his way to the finals. Guy does it all. He's the heart and soul of that team. They are tough.
Kyler Kanak of Don Bosco in Class 1A has also pinned his way to the finals.
2 of them on the mat now.
And then you got Smith down there who's got a fall and then 2 major decisions. So both these guys have dominated their way to the finals, and now they meet head-to-head here. And that gives Kyler Kanak a 3-1 lead after the escape there in the 2nd period. Locked hands call right now. Locked hands call in Class 2A on Kudum from the top position. So that gives Stengel an extra point there. That could be a costly point. Well, Bo Kudum here, he's got to get rolling now here in the 2nd period. Don't want to wait, don't want to take a chance, let this come down in the end. There's a quick stalemate, and they go both back up to their feet. Voinovich of Iowa City High out to a commanding 5-0 lead now in the 2nd period of that match in Class 3A. Jackson Miller with looks like a little knee issue.
Voinovich, the 5 seed, Mark, but you'd never know it. As you mentioned, he's rolled through this tournament, looking great. Scoring a ton of points. Sound, rock-solid wrestler.
Voinovich, a senior, and he's actually going to follow in his brother's footsteps and go to the University of Iowa, which makes a lot of sense. Coming to Iowa City. Looks to be scoring a lot of points. Then you got Tyler Knack over here in Class 1A. He's going to go wrestle for Doug Schwab and the UNI Panthers. And then Kellen Smith of West Hancock Britt is going to go wrestle at West Point. So a lot of these wrestlers committed going to wrestle at the next level.
Very good wrestling program there for Army.
On the 2A, Matt Stengel and Kudum both expressed that they want to wrestle in college, but they just haven't decided where yet. Kudum only a junior and Stengel a senior.
That is a seriously tall 157-pounder, Kudum. See all kinds. Not prototypical, but he gets the job done. Gets the escape here, making it 2-1. Got Knack working on Smith. Smith getting out. 3-2 also. 3-2 right there on the 1A mat.
Tight match down here. Both these tight matches down here in Class 2A and 1A. But again, both these matches, these guys head-to-head with each other. These are some tough matchups. Great wrestlers here taking each other on. Voinovich still cruising to a victory over there in Class 3A, 7-1 lead.
Little action in 1A here.
One minute to go. Class 1A, 3-2 right now in favor of Knack of Don Bosco. Interesting to see what Kellen Smith has up his sleeve for Knack here. 2-1 right now in favor of Stengel of Osage. And again, going back to that locked hands call in the second period on Kudum, Bob.
Yeah.
That could come back to haunt Kudum. 50 seconds to go in that match.
Definitely. He's done what nobody else has been able to do, and that is stay close and give a tough fight to Stengel. 2-1, a far cry from what Stengel has been dealing with in this tournament. Stengel at 53-0. Kudum a rock-solid 49-2. Flurry there, Kudum and Stengel. No points, nothing. They're on their feet.
Here we go. Last 5 seconds here. Does Kellen Smith have anything for him? He's gonna try it, but he can't. It's Kyler Knack, 157-pound state champion in Class 1A for Don Bosco. Kyler Knack, that's his second state title, back-to-back, only a junior.
Both of them over Smith. Heartbreak for Smith. Twice in a row. His only loss last year. This year it's his third on the season, but the toughest one. Don Bosco. Another champion.
Only 2 seconds left here in the Class 2A bout down here for Bo Kudum. He's not going to be able to get it. That locked hands call from the top position. That's a heartbreaker for Bo Kudum. It's a tough way to lose that right there. Like to have seen that one go into overtime and let it be decided there, but.
Yeah, on the flip side, Stengel gets his second undefeated title, and Voinovich, your 3A champion. We get to a break. When we come back, awards at 150 pounds on the Hy-Vee Championship Network.
Today's banking is about so much more than numbers. It's about people. It's about community. It's about the next generation. Banking is personal. That's what we believe. And that's why we'll always put you first. Northwest Bank. Commitment you can bank on.
The Iowa High School Athletic Association State Championships is brought to you in part by DMAC. Start your next at DMAC. Iowa Farm Bureau, proud to champion Iowa's youth. And by Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
Presenting the awards, Class 1A at 150 pounds, Coach Jake Munger. In 8th place, Brock Natras, South Central Calhoun. 7th place, Eastern Crawl, Wapsie Valley. 6th place, Jacob McCargill, Shenandoah. 5th place, Nate Wood, North Cedar, Stanwood. 4th place, Carter Metcalf, Pleasantville. 3rd place, Reese Klosterman, Albernet. Runner-up, Danny Kinsella, Trainer. And your Class 1A 150-pound champion from Starmont, Keaton Moeller. Presenting the Class 2A 150-pound awards, Coach Bart Maylard. In 8th place, Dirk Boyles, Burlington, Notre Dame. 7th place, Niall Sin, Williamsburg. 6th place, Tucker Bitsum, Ballard. 5th place, Tate Slagle, Algona. 4th place, Mikey Ryan, Mount Vernon. 3rd place, Hudson Scranton, Anamosa. Runner-up, Lucas Kroll, Garner Hayfield, Ventura. And your Class 2A 150-pound champion from Union, LaPorte City, Caleb Olson. Presenting the Class 3A 150-pound awards, Assistant Coach Mike Schwab. 8th place, Jake Pontier, Indianola. 7th place, Caden Leonard, Johnston. 6th place, Braylon Griffiths, Ottumwa. 5th place, Justin Avila, Iowa City West. 4th place, Lucas Brule, Ankeny Centennial. 3rd place, Nolan Fellers, Bondurant Farrar. Runner-up, Logan Trenery, Southeast Polk. In your Class 3A 150-pound champion from Waverly Shell Rock, Boss Diaz.
How do you top Pizza Ranch's legendary cheesy ranch sticks? Any way you want. Get a load of these. Our new loaded cheesy ranch sticks are now topped with an extra layer of flavor. Skillet crust, melty cheese, herbs and spices, and up to 2 of your favorite toppings. They're the ultimate appetizer on the buffet or on the go. Don't you just love that new menu item smell? Pizza Ranch, everyone's favorite buffet.
With their strength and versatility, there's almost no job John Deere compact utility tractors can't handle. With their powerful diesel engines and auto connect system, these tractors make your job easier. From mowing to hauling to snow removal, these machines do it all. And right now at Van Wall, you can get a John Deere 1023E for as little as $129 per month. Stop into your local Van Wall today or visit vanwall.com for more details.
This broadcast of the Iowa High School Athletic Association State Championships is presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud to champion Iowa's youth.
Okay, I got to read. All right, we're back at Wells Fargo Arena. We want to remind you the Iowa High School Sports Network will announce at the end of the wrestling championships the tournament MVP award, fueled by Iowa beef. We are getting set for 165 pounds now. Here are your matchups.
Well, in Class 1A from Colfax Mingle, John McGill, and he'll be taking on Maddox Nelson of Underwood. And then in Class 2A, it's Brody Hendricks of Humboldt. He's taking on Colin Young of Waller. And then in Class 3A, Jacob Helgeson of Johnston. He is going to be wrestling Gabe Carver of Urbandale.
Nelson, Underwood. Class 2A, Brody Hendricks.
All right, 165 pounds. Helgeson of Johnston was your champion last year at 152, a 43-0 campaign. He was third at 138 2 years ago. Carver back-to-back fourth place finishes at 160 pounds. Helgeson, the #1 seed, his only loss this year is out of state. And also Maddox Nelson of Underwood, 6th last year at 152. John McGill of Colfax Mingo was 6th at 160. And McGill's only loss this year, 7-6. He lost to Ryan Stiles of Earlham. 19-0 on the season for Young of Waller, the 7th seed, Colin Young.
Nice shot right there by Jacob Helgeson of Johnson on Carver of Urbandale, and gets a really nice 2-point takedown right out of the gate. He wastes no time. He's going right to an armbar of his top position as well, too, or a chicken wing here.
Helgeson, the 1 seed. Defending state champion. Taking on Carver, the heart and soul of that Urbandale team. A great career by Carver there. Helgeson has done nothing but take care of business in this tournament. A first-round fall, then a tech fall, and a tough 6-1 win over Ethan Bibler of Waverly Shell Rock in the semis to get here. Now a 2-0 lead on Carver. We have a stoppage in 1A. And over on the 2A mat, no score as we wind down to almost 30 seconds left.
Helgeson really working this chicken wing from this top position here. Doing a good job getting it. Lost it right there, but putting on a big ride once he got that takedown. Not really even let Carver of Urbandale up to his base at all.
Helgeson may be one of those guys, Mark, maybe a little underrated, defending state champ, and right back here again this year, but you just don't hear a lot about him. He's very quiet, but just wins. Steady, solid wrestler for the Dragons. Every weekend at the top of those podiums, every tournament. Back to action in 1A, McGill and Nelson. No score as they wind down toward the end of the first period.
Yeah, Helgeson out 3-0.
Last night on the local news interviews after the semifinals, McGill said he thought he could pretty much kick the crap out of anybody.
So I like to hear that. That's good.
Confident young man, McGill.
McGill out of Colfax Mingle there in the Class 1A. He's in the navy blue and orange singlet. He's actually going to continue to wrestle next year at Morningside University. Another takedown over there for Helgeson. Jacob Helgeson takes a 5-0 lead over Carver now of Urbandale. And there's a 2-point takedown in the Class 1A bout. Looks like there's a little blood time left, right there, but that 2-point takedown's from Maddox Nelson of Underwood. McGill has a pretty bad bloody nose right there. We've seen a lot of those yesterday in the semifinals. Not as many so far tonight in the finals.
Now, been a little bit better tonight. Here, all throughout yesterday, just tons of blood stoppages. Common, but we had a lot of them.
There's a 2-point takedown in the 2A match for Colin Young of Dubuque Waller. He takes a 2-1 lead over Brody Hendricks. Hendricks out of Humboldt. Man, I tell you what, my eyes keep getting drawn over that purple singlet in Class 3A. Jacob Helgeson for Johnston. Just the way he's just ferocious in that top position.
Yeah, and against Carver, that's doing something. This is a Jayhawk wrestler who is not used to being held down. 5-0 commanding lead, riding hard, not allowing anything. Over there on the 2A mat, like Young was in trouble there. Waller. Hendricks ends up getting taken down.
That's right at the end of the second period. It gives Young of Waller a 4-2 lead now over Hendricks. That's, again, another big 2 points at the very end of a period. Colin Young going to choose the down position to start the third period.
Place winners at 157 to the award stand, please. Place winners at 157.
Nelson 4-2, also 4-2 in 2A.
Class 3 in the third period now. Helgeson still out to a commanding 5-0 lead.
Working up top. Fortin every shot Carver attempts.
Tight match down here in the Class 1A. 4-3 right now in favor of Nelson of Underwood.
There's Carver working.
Yeah, Class 3. Carver gets a takedown there, gets some points on the board, makes it 5-2, 6-3 after he intentionally releases Helgeson.
Wakes things up, gets him back in it. Another shot attempt, but Helgeson goes around. Gets his 2. 8-2 now. Very quick takedown by Helgeson. Good shot by Carver, but not able to get in deep enough. Another stoppage on the 1A mat for McGill.
Look at that Helgeson just trying to suck back right there. Carver up to his feet. 1 point escape makes it 8-3. 25 seconds to go. We'll see if Helgeson has anything up his sleeve that could give him a 5-point move to tie this up and take it in overtime. If he does, he better throw it quick because he only got 15 seconds left and he needs 5 count. And it's Helgeson in on the shot. See Kyle Fank back there refereeing. It's nice to see some youth out there wearing the stripes. And that is going to do it. 10-3 decision.
Great
for Jacob Helgeson of Johnston. What a dominating match. He looked good from start to finish.
Yeah, the junior is a 2-time state champion for the Dragons. Over a tough CIML opponent, Gabe Carver of Urbandale, but it's all Helgeson tonight. Dominant fashion, ends up being 12-3.
But a tight match down here, Class 2A. 5-2 lead right now for Colin Young of Dubuque Waller. Only 3 seconds left, and that's pretty much going to do it. So Colin Young of Dubuque Waller is going to be your state champion in Class 2A. Congratulations to him.
6-2 win for Young over Brody Hendricks of Humboldt.
Joel Allen down there gets a state champion out of Colin Young.
Well, we will have plenty of time to watch this 1A bout. So many stoppages.
Meanwhile, yeah, really in the second period. The second period is just coming to an end now.
Nelson in control, 6-3 as we go to the third. It's Green's choice. Nelson will take down. We have had a lot of action in 3A tonight, but Helgeson there, Mark, I think that was a very nice performance there at 165 pounds by the junior from Johnston. That was entertaining. 1 point escape for Nelson. 7-4 lead. This is a 1 versus 2.
Yeah, another 1 versus 2.
43 and 1 for McGill on the season. Nelson 31 and 3. Nelson the senior, both seniors. And if we can make it through this third period without a blood stoppage again, maybe we'll be treated to some more scoring. Tiger Hawks and Eagles at 1A.
Maddox Nelson of Underwood. He hasn't had any bonus points throughout this tournament. Just nice, solid victories, 3 4-point victories. That's what he's looking to get again here against McGill. Colfax meanwhile, McGill gets in on a shot. Little whip over action by Nelson there, but McGill squares back up. Now another nice low leg attempt here. Can he finish this in bounds? Can Nelson get another takedown here?
Scoots him in.
He does. Wraps up both ankles. Boy, that's going to pretty much secure it right there for him. Makes it 9-4. So now McGill's going to need either a reversal to the back or an escape to the back. Something big. There you see referee Mark Kinney walking back to the center. These referees have done a great job here throughout this tournament. Always do. Obviously, there's going to be some upset coaches and calls along the way, but everybody's human, and it's not like college. There's no playbacks. There's no reviews.
9-5 Nelson.
5 seconds, and that's going to do it. Maddox Nelson of Underwood is your 165-pound Class 1A state champion.
Well, it took a while with the blood stoppages, but Nelson survives. Outlasts McGill for the title at 165 pounds. We get to the break. We'll be back on the Hy-Vee Championship Network.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
In Central Iowa, when it comes to your sports conditioning, strength training, and injury recovery needs, DeMoss Orthopedic Centers and Engineered Performance are here for you. Our expert team at DeMoss provides personalized care using cutting-edge techniques to keep you performing at your best. Engineered Performance goes beyond rehabilitation to enhance your athletic potential. Trust us to be there when and where you need us. Your journey to peak performance starts with DeMoss Orthopedic Centers and Engineered Performance. Excellence in motion, excellence in care.
Clean car is a happy car. Spot-free car wash.
For the best car wash, head to Spot Free Car Wash. With 4 convenient locations in the Des Moines area, check out spotfreecarwash.com for the one nearest you. Featuring touch-free automatic and deluxe self-service bays. Remember,
A clean car is a happy car. Spot-free car wash.
Presenting the awards, Class 1A at 157 pounds, Coach Chris Ortner. 8th place, Jackson Carey, Nashua Plainfield. 7th place, Wyatt Vanderwerf, Jessup. 6th place, Caden Baxter, AHSTW. 5th place, Kanan Decker, Wapsie Valley. 4th place, Owen Laughlin, Shenandoah. 3rd place, Shaden Washburn, Albernet. Runner-up, Kellen Smith, West Hancock, Britt. And your Class 1A 157-pound champion from Don Bosco, Kyler Knack. Presenting the Class 2A awards at 157 pounds, Coach Brent Jennings. 8th place, Maxwell Mintle, Grinnell. 7th place, Taven Zinno, Algona. 6th place, Gavin Sharman, Greene County. 5th place, Carson Colbert, NHTV. 4th place, Kason Miller, Fairfield. 3rd place, Taylor Baylor, Hampton Dumont Cal. Runner-up, Bo Kudum, Sergeant Bluff Luton. And your Class 2A 157-pound champion from Osage, Tucker Stengel. Presenting the Class 3A 157-pound awards, Coach Corey Connell. 8th place, Dawson Fish, Dubuque Hempstead. 7th place, Wyatt Velasek, Prairie, Cedar Rapids. 6th place, Grant Kress, Linmar. 5th place, Abe Bouchon, Southeast Polk. 4th place, Nolan Riddle, Fort Madison. 3rd place, Sincere Clark, Valley, West Des Moines. Runner-up, Jackson Miller, Carlisle. And your Class 3A 157-pound champion from Iowa City, City High, Kale Voinovich.
And we are back after those awards. We are getting set for 175 pounds now. And let's take a look at the matchups here at 175 pounds. Who do we have, Mark?
Well, in Class 1A, it's the bigger brother, I should say, Caden Kanaka, Don Bosco, and he's taking on Jace Nelson Brown of Edmundsburg. And then in Class 2A, it's Austin Scranton of Anamosa taking on Heston Johnson of Roland Story. And then in Class 3A, Asa Hempstead of Carlisle taking on Demarion Ross of Fort Dodge.
Right, this should get interesting. Of course, Hempstead knocking off Maximus Magania in the semifinals. Got him here. Huge win for the Wildcat.
What about Carlisle making some noise in this state tournament here? A couple finalists. 8th place coming into tonight.
Absolutely.
What a great showing by them at this tournament.
Yeah, and a little rematch action on the 1A mat. Knack beat Nelson Brown 5-4 earlier this year, and both were second last year, but Knack's was at 145, Nelson Brown at 170, so another huge jump by Knack. Knack was also 6th at 138 and 8th at 126, so a 4-time place winner. Nelson Brown 2nd last year, as I mentioned, 6th at 152 2 years ago. And in 2A, Austin Scranton was 6th last year at 170, while Heston Johnson of Roland Story was 4th at 170. Over in 3A, Demarion Ross at Fort Dodge, 2nd last year at 160, 7th at 138 2 years ago.
Demarion Ross trying to lock up a cradle right now.
Yeah.
Was not able to get it as they go out of bounds. Asa Hempstead did a good job staying square. Uh-oh, they might have to fix some tape. I see some tape coming up on that mat. It looks like down there in the PA mat right there. That's right where Demarion Ross just about stepped. Someone could trip over that pretty easily. Oh.
Hempstead's on it.
Yeah, it's getting stuck on his foot. They need to stop that match. Yep, they're going to do that right now and cut that tape off. Get some scissors to just cut it.
So Hempstead and Ross will have a temporary halt to
rip it.
Little mat maintenance there.
That needs to be done. There we go.
2A, Mark Scranton was 6th last year at 170, and Johnston was 4th at 170. Scranton with the early 2. Now Asa Hempstead of Carlisle Interesting to see what he'll have tonight after the emotions of yesterday, knocking off McGaney. I mean, that was just an epic performance by him. Just proving that that's why you got to wrestle him out.
Maxus McGanius of Waterloo, Columbus was a 3-timer, then was switched on over, went to 3A. Switched over to Waterloo East. Trying to get his 4th title at 3A, and Asa Hempstead had something to say about that, and it was a great match.
Yeah, Hempstead, the 4th seed.
Putting Maximus McGannis to his back at the end of that match.
Great job by the Wildcat. Scranton, as I mentioned, that 2-point takedown in the first period. They go to the second period. He's 48-0 on the season.
He had a brother in this tournament, too, as a place winner.
2 Anamosa wrestlers, both Scrantons, in this tournament this year.
That's always fun and neat. So much family history and tradition throughout the years in this state tournament with brothers and uncles and dads, and just all the time. There's a reversal right there for Heston Johnson of Roland Story. That ties that up 2-2 on that 2-way mat down there. It's in your top right-hand corner.
You mentioned brothers. Caden Knack, 4-time place winner here for the Dons on mat 1. He's the number 1 seed, taking on the 3 seed, Nelson Brown.
You can see in the background that Class 1A match back there, all the white warm-ups. Those are all Don Bosco guys. Medals around their necks. Team cheering on their teammate here.
That's a great shot. That's a great scene.
Nice takedown right there for Caden.
The Don Bosco, well, one throng of Don Bosco fans right in front of us, and then another contingency over there.
They don't have...
You can hear him, too.
Chris Ortner in the corner for Caden Knack. He's back there with the team.
Ross scores on the 3A mat. Takes the lead, 2-1.
Place winners are 165 for the award stand area, please. Place winners are 165.
Ross, another tough Fort Dodge Dodger. They still have one more.
2A all tied up going into the 3rd period. 2-2. Scranton of Anamosa chooses the down position. We'll see what happens here. Over there in Class 1A, looks like we got injury time. More than likely blood. Looks like Knack possibly. Not really sure who has it. Yeah, Knack does this time. And then the Class 3A mat. 2nd period coming close to winding down there. 2-1 in favor of Ross. Putting on tough right on Hempstead's. Not Hempstead's, I'm thinking Duke Hempstead, but Carlisle's Asa Hempstead. And 3 seconds left in the 2nd period. More likely they'll ride him out and take a 2-1 lead going into the 3rd period. Back under action here for the last 3 seconds of the Class 1A match. Marion Ross chooses neutral to start the 3rd period. He discussed that and talked it over with head coach Bobby Thompson, and they decided to go neutral.
End of the 2nd period in 1A. Caden Knack. He'll be down.
Scranton on the 2A mat, up 3-2 now. Oh, he takes a shot, gets his head down, almost gets taken down, but he scrambles here. Now they're in a tough situation. Both of them have each other's legs here. Heston Johnson Jr. trying to come out the back door here. Probably going to see it go to a stalemate. Start of the 3rd period over there. 1A. Knack leads 2-1. Those guys are still scrambling around there in Class 2A. Scranton trying to turn this into his own takedown now. Coming back kind of in a... But look at Johnson Jr. is trying to scramble around now. Scranton gets the 2. Can he sit back in 2 him? Possibly and get some near fall points here. I don't know, but now Johnson Jr. trying to come out the back, and he does. He gets a 2-point reversal.
Wow.
Great wrestling right there. Scranton with a 5-4 lead, 6-4 now. And that is going to do it. Scranton of Anamosa wins out with a wild finish, 6-4. Wow, Austin Scranton, your 175-pound Class 2A state champion out of Anamosa.
Tough match there.
Great ending. What a wild finish. What a great scramble.
Great job by both guys in that one. That was tough. Scranton just a little bit better. 6-4, your winner. 3-1 now, Canac in 1A for Nelson Brown. And in 3A, it is still Ross hanging on to that 2-1 lead. 24 seconds and counting.
There's a stall warning on that 1A mat against Canac. Jace Nelson Brown coming at from Emmitsburg, coming at Canac hard. 47 seconds left to go. Canac up 3-1 right now. Demarion Ross still up 2-1 right now.
Fort Dodge looking for their second championship of the night. With 1 to go. 4 seconds. He is going to hold Hempstead off.
That's going to do it. Demarion Ross, 175-pound Class 3A state champion out of Fort Dodge.
The older Ross at a lower weight, but a champion. Runner-up last year. This time, he'll be at the top of the podium. The 3A 175-pound champ, Demarion Ross of Fort Dodge. 20 seconds mark on 1A. It's 3-1 Canac.
Wow, this is exciting. Listen to these fans. So many Don Bosco fans. Really loud in here. Emmitsburg with all the tradition from the history of that program. He's chasing Canac hard. Canac's already been warned for stalling once. That's not going to be enough. 2 seconds more likely on the clock. And Don Bosco celebrating down in front of us. And the team and the other coaches behind the match. Caden Canac. Look at Jace Nelson Brown, though. Desperate effort at the end, just not enough. Caden Canac, your 175-pound champion from Don Bosco in Class 1A.
Well, a special night for Don Bosco, a special week, obviously, and a team title. But how about for the brothers, Canac? 2 titles come home to that family. Tough win for Canac. We'll go to the awards here shortly at 165 pounds. We get a look at them. What a finish there at 175. The 2A match was fantastic with Scranton over Johnston.
Presenting the 1A 165-pound awards, Coach John Williams. 8th place, Jackson Kunkel, Hinton. 7th place, Matthias Cole, Lisbon. 6th place, Clay Wilgenbush, East Buchanan. 5th place, Ryan Stiles, Earlham. 4th place, Justin Wirtz, Emmitsburg. 3rd place, Andrew Kimball, Don Bosco. Runner-up, John McGill, Colfax Bingo. Your Class 1A 165-pound champion from Underwood, Maddox Nelson. Presenting the Class 2A 165-pound awards, Coach Joel Allen. 8th place, Caleb Siva, Clarion Goldfield Dows. 7th place, Brock Mulder, Boynton Hall, Rock Valley. 6th place, Max Gast, Osage. 5th place, Logan Powers, Roland Story. 4th place, Brendan Hine, Benton Community. 3rd place, Xavier Ellington, Sergeant Bluff Luton. Runner-up, Brody Hendricks, Humboldt. And your Class 2A 165-pound champion from Dubuque-Waller, Colin Young. Presenting the Class 3A 165-pound awards, Coach Aaron Tecklenburg. 8th place, Colin Falk, Cedar Rapids Kennedy. 7th place, Jordan Ryle, Bondurant Farrar. 6th place, Ari Eltz, Ankeny Centennial. 5th place, Wesley Anderson, Waukee. 4th place, Ethan Bibler, Waverly Shell Rock. 3rd place, Lincoln Jip, Bettendorf. Runner-up, Gabe Carver, Urbandale. In your Class 3A, 165-pound champion from Johnston, Jacob Helgeson.
Bananas are only 39 cents a pound at Hy-Vee. That's not a sale price. That's the price with the Hy-Vee Perks membership. And 39 cents a pound is not just a price today or this week. It's the Perks price every day. With the Hy-Vee Perks membership, you can save on hundreds of products store-wide every time you shop and count on Perks prices to stay the same. So if you want to pay less for bananas every day, sign up for Hy-Vee Perks. It's free and easy.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
This broadcast of the Iowa High School Athletic Association State Championships is brought to you by the Iowa Bankers Association, built by you, backed by Iowa Banks, by Iowa Corn, corn grows Iowa, and by Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
All right, we are back at Wells Fargo Arena. While we have the chance, let's take a quick revisit to the Sioux Cup team standings here. What do we have in 1A?
Well, Class 1A, Don Bosco is just continuing to add to their team title here with more and more points all the time. And then Alburnett second, locked up. Great tournament for them, and Wilton in third.
All right, then we have our 2A standings. Osage in control. They've won it.
Class 2A, yeah, Osage has had a great tournament with a couple big victories there. Mount Vernon, a couple of finalists tonight, and a victory there as well, too. Second place. And then Union LaPorte City, a lot of guys in the finals for them tonight, and they got a third place finish as well.
And as we've said, Southeast Polk and Bettendorf locked in their positions, but now third place.
Southeast Polk just blowing this out of the water. Bettendorf second, but then now you see Fort Dodge has just snuck up with that Demarion Ross victory into the third place for that trophy right there, and that should solidify it for them to where Ankeny Centennial, they don't have nobody there, so Fort Dodge now locks it up with that third place trophy.
We will get ready for 190 pounds. You saw Don Bosco sneaking up on their own team points there in 1A. Here there are the 190-pound wrestlers, Mark.
Class 1A is McCade Bloker taking on Loudon Hoswenga. And in Class 2A, Jarrett Rose taking on Ben Bryant. And in Class 3A, Brent Slade of Southeast Polk taking on Denari Michael. He's of Ames.
All right, 190 pounds.
I should say in Class 1A, that's Loudon Hoswenga. Make sure we get that right. Loudon Hoswenga.
We definitely have to apologize to him for the semifinals. We went straight with Huizenga.
It's Hoswenga.
Okay. Well, at 190 pounds, we'll look over here at 3A. Michael lost in the finals at 195 last year as a freshman. Mark to also a freshman, Drayshawn Ross. Remember that bout well. Bryant has not placed. Jarrett Rose lost only once last year and finished third at 182. He's unbeaten this year.
I'm surprised here in Class 3A. There's Slade in on a shot, and he does get a takedown. Brent Slade gets a takedown right there over Denari Michael of Ames. I'm surprised these guys haven't wrestled before. These guys never met head-to-head. Denari Michael of Ames is only a sophomore. Brent Slade of Southeast Polk, a senior.
senior who finished 3rd last year at 170, and 2 years ago finished 7th at 145. 3 years ago, that is. Rose from Sheldon South O'Brien again, 3rd at 182 last year, 4th at 170 and 22. McCade Bloker of North Butler Clarksville, 4th last year at 82. Also placed 5th at 170 2 years ago. 27-0, Jarrett Gross, the #1 seed, the senior from Sheldon South O'Brien, taking on Bryant, the 6th seed from North Polk, kind of snuck his way into these finals with some hard work.
Sporting a pinstripe singlet, something we don't see every day.
No.
Makes him stand out, makes it easy to find and see. Nice inside trip right there. Beautiful inside trip by Jarrett Rose. Out of Sheldon South O'Brien. And the orange singlet right there in the top right screen. Man, that was a really cool move. That was something you don't see a whole lot of inside trips, and he executed that just perfectly.
Nice job by Rose there.
Jarrett Rose is a senior. He's going to continue to wrestle next year at University of Sioux Falls, not too far from his home.
Of course, he's Sheldon South O'Brien Orbs, as Sheldon has always long been, the orange and blacks. Haven't mentioned this yet, but it stands to note that 1A mat is Kate Bloker of North Butler's 39-0. And Hauschwinge is 37-0. The 1 seed and the 2 seed on mat 1A.
These guys here on mat 3 are really treating us here. A lot of movement, a lot of action between these guys. Look at these guys get each other. This Denaria Michael is getting after. He's attacking hard, but Brett Blade got that first takedown. Darian Michael needs to set the shots up a little bit better. Don't just go diving in there. Brett Slade, a tough wrestler, very smart wrestler. He's a senior. He's going to continue to wrestle next year at Campbell University.
Slade holding on to that 2-1 lead over Michael. Denari Michael, sophomore, finalist last year, runner-up. Slade's 7th place finish as a freshman was actually at Ames. They go to the 2nd.
Class 2A. Jarrett Rose out there to a 3-0 lead now in the 2nd period. One more point for Jarrett Rose right there. Ben Bryant of North Polk trying to find a way to get to the legs and find some offense. Oh, there's a shot by Demarian Michael right there, and he takes down Brent Slade in the Class 3A bout. That puts him in the lead, 3-2 now. Really fun match to watch over there in the Class 3A.
Yeah, that caught that takedown, and out of the corner of my eye, Bloker scores again, 5-0 there on the 1A mat. Let's see what Slade can do here. They're out of bounds. For that 2A match, Bryant, not only do you not see pinstripes every day, but that must be a championship round North Polk singlet. They're black and red, usually.
Can't see it on camera, but in this Class 1A bout, Waco's Loudon, excuse me, Hauschwinge, he got injured. He's over there, coach is really kind of bent over and something in his hip or something. He was really struggling while they were taking care of some blood over there for Bloker. All right, we're all neutral, all tied up 3-3 now in the Class 3A bout. 2nd period, 1 minute to go. This match here is going to be exciting, this last 3 minutes of the match here.
Bloker, you mentioned that blood. Of course, you remember in the semifinals, he had a heck of a blood problem with Landon Fernandez. Stoppage there, but saw it through to the finals. stays undefeated, 39-0. 3-3, 33 seconds left in 3A in the second period. Run out of time in the second period in 1A. They go to the third, 5-1 Bloker. 4-1 in 2A, still Jarrett Rose.
11 seconds to go here in the second period between Michael and Slade. No one's going to go in third period, 3-3. I think it's Slade's choice. I think he'll get a choose down. Over there in the Class 2A bout. Jarrett Rose still out to a 4-1 lead with 30 seconds to go. Ben Bryant still struggling, trying to find a way to get a shot off and get to the legs of Rose. It just has not been able to do it. His clock's ticking. There's a stall warning on Rose. All right, Matt, Class 3 over here.
Slade with the 4-3 lead now in the third period with the escape.
That's going to do it in Class 2A.
Shelton South O'Brien Sr., Jarrett Rose, 4-2 winner, a champion in 2A.
Bloker's still out to a 5-2 lead. Slade with the 4-3 lead, but you know Michael's going to be coming at him. Denari Michael, he's been on the attack pretty much this entire match. This is the first out of 2 finalists for Ames tonight in the finals. They got heavyweight coming up as well.
Win here by Slade, if he can get it done, would also put them within 3.5 points of the all-time points record if he can hold on to win. That would be a side note there. They approach 1 minute. Stoppage.
Injury time or blood time over there on Class 1A, Matt.
Not nearly as bad as the semifinal, but Bloker's still having a few problems. But that gives
stall warning against Slade. That's going to make it interesting because there's still 48 seconds left. He gets called for stalling again. That's a tie ball game.
Hey, he's got to do something here. Stay in there. Michael forcing the issue. There's Bloker.
They want another stall call there. Coach Andy Facto.
It's another take.
Ames is hot about that one.
Thought they saw it. Thought they had earned the stall there.
Referee saw the action and just kind of took him out of bounds there.
Side of 30, a shot.
He wants another stall call bad.
Didn't like the way that Slade was backing up there, did they? The action goes out of bounds, 25 seconds left. Now we're under 10 in 1A. It's going to be a win by Bloker.
And he gets hit again. Ben Marshall, the referee, hits Slade again with
but then the takedown.
Yeah, but then Slade comes back and gets a takedown. Wow.
So he gives up the stall, the point for the stall to tie it up, but then the last second takedown on the edge of the mat.
Wow, Slade scored when he needed to. Same thing in the first, early score, and then he scored at the end here when he needed to with only 12 seconds to go. Bloker of North Butler Clarksville with the victory down there. State champion at 190 pounds in Class 1A.
Job by Bloker. Slade, they were just about out of bounds there. Slade got the takedown and now just had to run out that clock. And he does it.
Ooh, look at that. Slade giving Michael some.
Fired up about it.
Slade's got to go over there and get his hand raised.
So it's 6-5, the final score on the board. Slade gets the title from Southeast Pro. We will get to the break. We will have awards at 175 pounds on the Hy-Vee Championship Network.
At At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Across Iowa, you don't have to look far to find a bank that's got your back. From just around the corner to the next town over, hundreds of neighborhood banks are going the distance to ensure your future looks brighter than ever. By providing jobs, supporting local businesses, strengthening communities, and helping your dreams become reality. Here, the life you build is backed by Iowa banks. See how banks are making a difference near you at iowabankers.com.
You are watching the Iowa High School Athletic Association State Championships, exclusively on the Hy-Vee Championship Network.
Presenting the 1A awards at 175, assistant coach Gable Fox. 8th place, Zach Robbins, trainer. 7th place, Jaden Dickerson, Shenandoah. 6th place, Gatlin Rogers, Wilton. 5th place, Titus Evans, Nashua Plainfield. 4th place, Creighton Kelly, West Hancock Britt. 3rd place, Kyle Bucknell, Jessup. Runner-up, Jace Nelson Brown, Evansburg. And your Class 1A 175-pound champion from Don Bosco, Caden Knack. Presenting the Class 2A awards at 175 pounds, Coach Chris Looney. 8th place, Reed Holshoff, Sioux Center. 7th place, Drew Diaz, Assumption Davenport. 6th place, Kenny Kerr, North Fayette Valley. 5th place, Brock Voyna, Crestwood Cresco. 4th place, Daniel Gorski, Knoxville. 3rd place, Brent Yankovic, West Delaware. Runner-up, Heston Johnson, Roland Story. And your Class 2A 175-pound champion from Anamosa, Austin Scranton. Presenting the Class 3A 175-pound awards, assistant coach Tom McClyman. 8th place, Grant Gamble, Waukee. 7th place, Ronan Thomas, Xavier, Cedar Rapids. 6th place, Dax Klatt, Indianola. 5th place, Braxton Westendorf, Waverly Shell Rock. 4th place, Kyler Scranton, Iowa City West. 3rd place, Maximus Magana, Waterloo East. Runner-up, Asa Hempstead, Carlisle. And your Class 3A 175-pound champion from Fort Dodge, Demarion Ross.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jackie Schmelin here with President and CEO of ISL Education Lending, Steve McCullough. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Now, as Iowa's nonprofit student loan lender, can you tell us more about the organization?
Sure. Iowa Student Loan's mission is to help students and families with the information they need to be successful after high school. We offer low-cost private education loans under the name ISL Education Lending, and we also offer scholarships and college planning tools so that families can make wise choices.
Okay, so let's learn more about those scholarships and tools that we can use.
Well, between right now and March 29th, high school students, college students, and their parents can register to win one of 45 $1,000 college savings deposits. Parents can also register for SP3, which is a service that provides timely information so they can help their students plan for life after high school. For more information and to register to win one of the college savings deposits, families can go to iowastudentloan.org.
Always great to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. And make sure you learn more about ISL Education Lending.
We are back at Wells Fargo Arena, and we are getting set for the 215-pound weight class, Mark.
Welcome to the big guys. Class 1A, it's Brady Davis of Maquoketa Valley. He's taking on Ashton Honold of Nottoway Valley. In the Class 2A, Braden McShane of New Hampton Turkey Valley. He's taking on Gavin Bridgewater of South Tama. And in the Class 3A, it's Deshaun Ross of Fort Dodge taking on Holden Hansen of Southeast Polk.
Folks, you will like this young Dodger. The sophomore was a state champion last year. He is undefeated at 46-0. Deshaun Ross of Fort Dodge, the #1 seed, taking on the #2 seed, Holden Hansen of Southeast Polk. So Southeast Polk was nearing in on that points total, but it will take a big effort by Holden Hansen if they want to put that one in their satchel on the way home tonight. This is a tall order. You will like this Ross kid.
Well, Ross has pinned his way through the tournament so far.
Absolutely.
It shows you how good he is. Notice, look at that low level.
How fast it is.
Wow.
I mean, this kid is amazing.
Deshaun Ross is only a sophomore.
Yeah. Champion at 195 last year.
Look at that, another blast double. Holy smokes.
It just keeps coming. First at 195. Hansen was 5th at 182 last year.
3 takedowns by Deshaun Ross.
I mean, he makes it look so simple.
3 takedowns, and he's only 25 seconds into the match.
But look at the control and the strength, too. I mean, it is the full package. But the speed is unbelievable.
Beautiful shots, too. Low-level attack, and then, like you said, the speed, but also how he continues to drive through and finishes those shots. That's good textbook wrestling right there.
This is what I love to see. This is what you want to watch in wrestling. That style.
But the thing is up to a 6-2 lead, and now he's starting to work from the top position to get falls. Remember what he said. He's pinned his way through this tournament so far. I promise you, he wants nothing less than a pin right now.
Looking for it. In 1A, Mark Davis, the #1 seed of Maquoketa Valley, taking on the #2 Honold. Davis was 7th at 220 last year. Honold was 8th at 195 last year. Great effort getting to this final. In 2A, Braden McShane, the #1 seed, 42-1 of Turkey Valley, New Hampton Turkey Valley. 3rd last year at 220, 4th at 182 2 years ago. Taking on Gavin Bridgewater, the #2 seed from South Tama, 3rd at 195 last year, 2nd at 220 2 years ago. McShane's only loss was out of state, but McShane also beat Bridgewater earlier this year at the Independence Invite, 6-5. Ross piling out.
Look at that. There's the fall. Deshaun Ross, look at that. Chicken wing loads him up there. First period fall, pins his way through the tournament.
Wow.
That is impressive.
Quite impressive.
He was only out there for a minute and 48 seconds.
I tell you what, too, I mean, Ross does that to everybody. Holden Hansen is tough to get down.
Pretty cool.
Ross made it look easy.
Pretty cool. He just joined his brother on the top block of that award stand here tonight as well, too.
Another set of brother champions.
That's awesome. That was just some phenomenal, great wrestling right there.
The only problem with Ross is he's not out here long enough to enjoy it. He just takes care. But he put on a show before that fall.
Only one match in this tournament. Out of the 4 matches that he had, only one match did he even go to the second period.
Yeah, just amazing. Every time I've seen him last year and this year, I mean, he just never disappoints. This year, he just has been ragdolling people.
Wow, this match over here at Class 1A is pretty exciting as well. There's Maquoketa Valley's Brady Davis with a takedown right there.
And it should be exciting, Mark. These are the guys yesterday that we labeled free spirits. You could see them simultaneously winning their semifinal matches and getting excited about it, playing the crowd, getting pumped up. Great body language from Davis in his match.
Well, I mean, we're in the second period. That was the first takedown, but I've been kind of eyeballing that match while I was watching 3A bout as well, too, so I didn't miss nothing there. But there's been some exciting scrambles between these two guys. That just happened to be the first time someone actually scored. Over there in the Class 2A, that's McShane of New Hampton, Turkey Valley with his edge. Actually all tied up now with the escape of Bridgewater of South Tama. 2-2 in the second period there. Tight match.
Just see that blue trim for Bridgewater, the only noticeable quick difference there.
Both these matches tied up 2-2 now.
2-2, 1A and 2A. Both 1 versus 2 seeds. Arnold said it was cool to make it to the finals. Quite proud of himself, you know.
It is cool.
8th place finisher last year. He said this is totally different though.
Wow, Bridgewater right there with South Tama with a 2-point takedown here in the second period. Shane up to his feet. Bridgewater wants to try and get him back down, and he does. Gavin gets him back down to the mat, and he's trying to ride him out the rest of this period. That's a big 2-point takedown for Gavin Bridgewater of South Tama over Braden McShane of New Hampton, Turkey Valley.
Hey, the Iowa High School Sports Network would like to thank the Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling Company for keeping our crew hydrated throughout the tournament with pure and delicious Dasani water. Thank you, Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling Company. We are at 215 pounds. You also can't see this off the air, but getting ready for his heavyweight match, Daniel Herrera of Ames is in a nice High Plains Drifter poncho warming up on the 3A mat.
I noticed that yesterday when he was behind the match for the semifinal match as well, too. Look, Herrera for Ames, it'll be fun to watch up next.
Arnold returns Davis to the mat. They're at a minute. Third period, 2-2. McShane and Bridgewater. Bridgewater out to that 4-3 lead.
These guys have never seen each other before on the Class 1A mat. Over there in the Class 2A mat. Tight one down there. 1 minute to go in that match. Bridgewater leads that one 4-3, but then here comes McShane in on the shot. Boy, this is big for him if he could finish this shot. State title on the line on this finish, but look at this, Bridgewater with a nice wizard. McShane stepping over that. You're not supposed to do that, but he doesn't really have much of a choice.
Arnold with the takedown in 1A.
Look at that.
Escape.
Davis kicks out. That ties it up 4-4. We're going OT in 1A.
With a takedown and an escape just like that at the end of the match.
McShane got the takedown.
5 seconds left in 2A.
That's going to do it. McShane. Braden McShane of New Hampton, Turkey Valley, your state champion at 215 pounds in Class 2A. What a great match between those two.
Now, so McShane beat Bridgewater at Indy 6-5, and now for the state title, another 1-point win over Bridgewater.
Overtime right here. Overtime right here. Big full screen, 215 pounders getting after it here. Arnold in on a single right now, and he puts Davis to his bag. That's it. The match is over, but he still has a chance to pin him here.
You let him finish this out.
He's not even really.
Isn't trying.
No, he kind of is. Might as well. There he gets the fall.
He gets it.
What another great match between Brady Davis of Macoka Valley. Tip your cap to him.
There's the coach body slam for Nottoway Valley.
Ashton Honnold, the 215-pound Class 1A state champion. And then you got Brady Davis down there. He just can't even get up. He's so emotionally upset.
We will get to the break when we come back. Awards at 190 pounds on the Hy-Vee Championship Network.
At Mid-American Energy, it's our job to keep you safe. So we encourage you to install a carbon monoxide detector on every level of your home. If your detector goes off, leave your home right away and give us a call.
Presenting the awards, Class 1A at 190 pounds, Coach Adam Holm. In 8th place, Tate Hoffner, Southwest Valley. 7th place, Jacob Bishop, Hinton. 6th place, Drew Lansing, Wapsie Valley. 5th place, Tate White, Nashua Plainfield. 4th place, Landon Fernandez, Don Bosco. 3rd place, Nathan Bites, Maquoketa Valley. Runner-up, Loudon Housingay, Waco Wayland. And your Class 1A 190-pound champion from North Butler, Clarksville, McCade Bloker. Presenting the Class 2A 190-pound awards, Coach Corey Roos. 8th place, Parker Moritz, Garner Hayfield Ventura. 7th place, Zach Edelman, Dyke New Hartford. 6th place, Cale Burmaster, Hampton Dumont Cal. 5th place, Kane Kilmer, Perry. 4th place, Thomas Sexton, Decorah. 3rd place, Brody Sampson, Ballard. Runner-up, Ben Bryant, North Polk. And your Class 2A 190-pound champion from Sheldon, South O'Brien, Jarrett Roos. Presenting the Class 3A 190-pound awards, Assistant Coach Tucker Morrison. In 8th place, Isaac Thatcher, Fort Madison. 7th place, Colby Gibbons, Johnston. 6th place, Kane Tigges, Urbandale. 5th place, Abe Parker, Waukee Northwest. 4th place, Jackson Van Clay, Pella. 3rd place, Braden Kester, Bettendorf. Runner-up, Denari Michael of Ames. The Class 3A 190-pound champion from Southeast Polk, Brent Slade.
Need extra money for college? Our scholarship provides $1,000 for college expenses. Registration is easy, no essay required. And learn how to pay less for college while completing the qualifying steps. Visit iowastudentloan.org to learn more.
PB&J?
PB before we go.
P before we go.
P before we go.
See you tomorrow?
Yeah.
We are back live at Wells Fargo Arena, and we are getting ready for the last matches of the night. They are the 285-pounders, Mark.
Yeah, Class 1A, it's Mason Knipp of Columbus Catholic taking on Logan Wright of West Branch. In the Class 2A, another Green Devil, Mac Moeller taking on Russell Coyle of Columbus. And then on Class 3A, it's Caden Weatherall of Waverly Shell Rock taking on Danielle Herrera of Ames.
Well, this should be an exciting finale. We have 3 undefeated wrestlers, 1 in each class. Herrera 17-0 for Ames, Knipp 37-0 for Columbus, and Muller 51-0 for Osage. Herrera right in on Weatherall.
Yeah, I don't think this one's going to probably go the distance. This Herrera has looked so good in this tournament. And he's just, the thing is he's so much bigger than Weatherall. And that's going to be a big part of that.
Super solid.
Danielle Herrera out of California, where he was a 3-time state champion, transferred to the state of Iowa this year to the Ames High School. He's actually going to go to Iowa State next year, where he's going to try to play football and wrestle both, and he wanted to be closer to the Iowa State program. He wants to go neutral. He's just going to give Weatherall the escape. He's a big boy.
2A matchup between Muller and Coyle. Muller 4th at 285 last year. Coyle was 6th at 285 last year. Coyle handed Paul Ballard of Albia his first loss of the year in the semis to get here. His only loss this year was 7-3 to Ethan Wood of Mount Vernon.
Herrera with another takedown over here in Class 3A. Class 2A, Muller with the takedown over there. He leads that one 2-0. Riding Coyle tough right now.
Yeah. He is. Muller looking impressive too.
No score in the 1A match between Mason and Mason Knipp and Logan Wright yet.
Knipp, your champion at 220 last year, so a defending champion. Logan Wright of West Branch was 8th at 220 2 years ago. Muller 4th at heavyweight last year, and Coyle 6th, as I mentioned. Muller has pinned his way to this final.
Well, it's good to see a West Branch pair in there.
Yeah.
Good to see him in the finals. Being a senior.
Logan Wright.
Boy, I'm sure he's been on that football team and eaten a few meals at Main Street Suites in West Branch.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. 2 more for Herrera in 3A. It is 6-2 now as he gets to the end of the first period. This is a similar path he took in the semifinals. The early lead and then ended up with the major decision over Cooper Martinson of Southeast Poe. No score in 1A. Starting the second period.
Boy, that Herrera, you just seen him do a somersault to get out there. Now he just keeps coming at Weatherall. He just knows he's so much bigger and more powerful and keeps coming. Look at this potential fall there. And the 1A match, Mason Knipp had Logan Wright of West Branch on his back for a second.
One's 2-1. 2-0 Muller over Coyle. They get back to action in 2A. Nearing the end, 30 seconds in the first.
Nice shot right
Another
there.
shot there, yeah.
Great shot in Class 3A by Herrera right there. From a non-tie high crotch. Now he's got a chicken wing there, trying to run that.
Well, I don't know about his football prowess yet, but definitely looks like he'll be just fine at Iowa State.
pretty good pickup for Iowa State, probably for the football and wrestling. Now he turns Weather all over, runs that chicken wing.
Oh,
Weather all over,
it's
scrambled off.
How did he get
Arm
out
got
of that?
loose. Arm got loose. He was able to wiggle that arm out and roll on out of there, but that makes it 12-3 now.
Okay, let's see what he does with that. 25 seconds left in the second period.
Referee J.P. Williams down there at the 3A bout. He was ready to call that fall, and right as he about ready to, Weatherall was able to roll through.
There, Weatherall takes the shot, but Herrera with the go-around. Just with the go-behind, he gets the 2 for the takedown. 14-3 now.
Poor Weatherall, he just outsized here big time.
I mean, this is this is one where it's visibly easy to tell.
These guys over here in Class 2A, though, they've been going at it upper body. Look at these guys figuring out what they want to do here. It's been pretty fun to watch as well. Mac Muller of Osage leading this one 3-1. Russell Coyle of Columbus trying to figure out what he can do against Muller. See Muller getting these underhooks, throw-bys. That's how he scored the first time, too, right on the edge, just like that. Same thing. Gets him a second takedown and a 5-1 lead.
Muller finds something that works and sticks with it. 51-0 for Mac Muller. That's a nice senior year. He could cap this off with a state title. That'd be just fine. 5-1 so far.
3-1 lead.
Also a senior, 48-1.
Class 1A match. Mason Knipp with a 3-1 lead out of Columbus Catholic. $16-4 lead now for Daniel Herrera.
Cuts Weatherall, gives him the 1-point escape, and then he's in on another shot.
Sorry, he was actually Daniel Herrera. I said 3-time state champ out of California. He was a 2-time state champion out of California.
Well on his way to a third title. First in Iowa. Another takedown on Weatherall on the edge of the mat. 18-5 now. 13-point lead. Nearing Tech Fall neighborhood. But 30 seconds left in the third. Not worried about that now. He cuts him. 18-6.
Another 2-point takedown there for Knipp. Gives him a 5-1 lead, and he picks up right, puts him down hard. That's going to do it. Mason Knipp, he's going to give Logan Wright the escape, but Mason Knipp is going to be your Class 1A state champion at heavyweight.
All right. Mason Knipp.
Also, Daniel Herrera wins that one 18-6 over there. What a great year for him, undefeated. Great tournament.
Knipp, a back-to-back champion for Columbus. Muller working on his second period lead of 6-2 over Coyle. Back-to-back championships for Mason Knipp of Columbus Catholic. Super impressive.
Mac Muller out of Osage here. Just starting the third period. Got blood time again. What an ending here, though. I mean, just we've been treated to some great matches here in these upper weights.
Yeah,
these fans, I'm sure you can pick them up and hear them over the mics, but it's been so loud getting into every match. Fun to watch.
Yeah, I don't know if we addressed it maybe in the pre-match coverage, but what a great crowd again tonight as usual. This place fills up.
Really vocal.
Ticket.
Really vocal, and they know their sport. They know the wrestlers from the different classes.
We are down to our final match of this great four-day tournament. And it is the 2A heavyweight battle between Muller and Coyle. Third period lead of 6-3 for Mac Muller, who has pinned his way to this final. Looks like it's pretty tough to pin Coyle.
This Muller here, Mac Muller, he's just been living on these double unders and to throw bys. And he gets around behind and he just kind of trips Coyle up for his takedowns, just like what he's trying right there. He hasn't had to take any low-level shots or anything, get caught underneath. He's just been doing so well with these double unders. Coyle, though, having a really tough time fight through the length of Muller.
Yeah. That has been a huge problem. Like what you pointed out earlier, his first two takedowns nearly identical on the edge of that mat. The same move, the same setup.
There's a nice snap right there by Muller, but didn't get anywhere with it. Coyle did a good job, circled on out of it. Coyle's going to have to figure something out. He's down by 3 points, 40 seconds to go. He's going to have to start working like a duck of his own. Muller a few inches taller than him, so he's got some leverage. He's got to find a way to get through Muller. That's not an easy task by any means.
Muller looking to put a nice cap on a great season by Osage, your 2A champions. They had 4 finalists tonight so far, 3 for 3.
They just keep adding to their team score. Another great tournament for Coach Jennings. There's another takedown for Muller.
7 seconds, 8-3. Muller may not have gotten the fall in the final, but he sure did put a nice exclamation point.
There's a good shot of Coach Brent Jennings. What a tournament. What a tournament for the Osage Green Devils.
Back-to-back team titles for Osage in duels, or in this traditional tournament. They were your dual champion the year before. So Don Bosco, 6 straight 1A titles. Osage back-to-back in 2A. Southeast Polk, your champion in 3A. 285 pounds is in the book. We want to stick around. Don't leave your chairs at home. The 215 will be the 215 awards will be up momentarily.
Presenting the awards, Class 1A, 215 pounds, Coach and Dad Brad Honnold. In 8th place, Kyler Salas, Don Bosco. 7th place, Grant Henderson, Sumner Fredericksburg. 6th place, David Smith, West Hancock Brent. 5th place, Emmett Fleshman, Albernet. 4th place, Wyatt Hanna, Lake Mills. 3rd place, Eli Green, Interstate 35. Runner-up, Brady Davis, Maquoketa Valley. And your Class 1A, 215-pound champion from Nottoway Valley, Ashton Honnold. Presenting the Class 2A 215-pound awards, Coach Matt Paulus. 8th place, Keegan Snyder of Perry. 7th place, Reese Rogge, North Polk. 6th place, Henry Christensen of Ballard. 5th place, Mason Kohler, Glenwood. 4th place, Carson Downey, Clarinda. 3rd place, Jaden Cooper, Winterset. Runner-up, Gavin Bridgewater, South Tama County. In your Class 2A, 215-pound champion from New Hampton, Turkey Valley, Braden McShane. Presenting the Class 3A 215-pound awards, Assistant Coach Mark Ryle. 8th place, Mitchell Greider, Ankeny Centennial. 7th place, John Goma, Xavier, Cedar Rapids. 6th place, Andrew Price, Valley, West Des Moines. 5th place, Vincenzo Lima, Iowa City Liberty. 4th place, Griffin Schultz, Linmar. 3rd place, Evan Frankie, Muscatine. Runner-up, Holden Hansen, Southeast Polk. And your Class 3A 215-pound champion from Fort Dodge, Drayshawn Ross.
Good, 3A, everybody look right up here. Rod, slide over, you're in the way.
Meet Ronnie. He's not known for making the best life decisions. Ronnie is also a new #DogDad. Time for Rocco's first trip to the dog park. Nothing to see here, folks. Just Ronnie with man's best friend. Sunshine, fresh air, and the sweet sounds of Rocco's little paws on the pavement. Ronnie doesn't always make good decisions, but even Ronnie knows never dig without contacting Iowa One Call first.
All right, we are back at Wells Fargo Arena. We have the tournament is in the books. 285-pound weight class just wrapped up, and the awards were given at 215 pounds. We have the 285-pound awards out here momentarily, but what a great finish to that. That was exciting for the big boys. The heavyweights put on a nice show. Just wrapping up a great tournament, and now it's that time where they start bringing out the teams for the 1 through 3 in each class, give out the team champion awards.
Southeast Polk down there, they already have their state championship shirts on.
Here's 215 pounds now.
8th place, Tyler Sulzberger, Westwood of Sloan. 7th place, Michael Block, Sibley Ocheaton. 6th place, Peyton Jacoby, ACGC. 5th place, Aiden Salo, Coconut Valley. 4th place, Cody Fox, East Buchanan. 3rd place, Trenton Warner, Nottoway Valley. Runner-up, Logan Wright, West Branch. And your Class 1A 285-pound champion from Columbus Catholic, Mason Knipp. Presenting the Class 2A 285-pound awards, Coach Brent Jennings. 8th place, Landon Griffin, Webster City. 7th place, Trent Cakerice, APGC. 6th place, Ethan Wood, Mount Vernon. 5th place, Max Chapman, Creston. 4th place, Carter Hellscove, Hampton Nuot, Cal. 3rd place, Paul Ballard, Albia. Runner-up, Russell Coyle, Columbus, WMU. In your Class 2A, 285-pound champion from Osage, Mac Muller. Presenting the Class 3A 285-pound awards, Coach Chris Roop. 8th place, Dawson Reingans, South North Scott. 7th place, Carlos Andrade, Lewis Central. 6th place, Drew Campbell, Cedar Falls. 5th place, Jackson Boyd, Indianola. Fourth place, Jamal Niwe, Waukee Northwest. Third place, Cooper Martinson, Southeast Polk. Runner-up, Caden Weatherill, Waverly Shell Rock. In your Class 3A, 285-pound champion from Ames, Daniel Herrera.
All right, now let's look at today's final team results, brought to you by Sukup Manufacturing Company, farm quality products to offer more quality time with your family. And we get a look here at the standings, final standings, Mark, this time.
Yeah, Class 1A, Don Bosco, you're used to seeing them at the top, and you do again. And they just state duels title, and now a traditional state title. Albernet, same thing, second at the state duels and second here. But that's a great tournament for Albernet and that community. Same with Wilton, we're getting third place trophy as well too. What a great showing here for those top three schools. And then you throw Jessup and Underwood in there in fourth and fifth as well too.
A record 6 straight for Don Bosco. We go to 2A now, and it was all about Osage.
Boy, was it ever. You know, that just seemed like they just kept throwing guys into the finals over and over and over tonight. You saw after that heavyweight match, after Muller won, you saw how happy Coach Brent Jennings was. So congratulations to Osage and the Green Devils, and then also Mount Vernon Mustangs as well, too. A great tournament for them as well as LaPorte City Union had a great tournament. And then Burlington Notre Dame in fourth and Creston fifth.
All right, and as we move to 3A, the big schools, Southeast Polk ran away with it, almost record point total.
Yeah, they weren't far off at all. They're only 3.5 points away from tying the all-time record set by any team in any class, the most points scored in a championship. So congratulations to Southeast Polk. Bettendorf, a great tournament as well, too, is second. And then Fort Dodge climbed their way back up into third place here tonight with a couple of finals, 3 finals wins tonight.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Fort Dodge with that third place trophy, and then Yankee Centennial fourth and Waverly Shell Rock fifth.
Boy, those are some blue bloods there in 3A.